keeping, rolling to his right. Wants to look downfield.
He did not make it. He didn't make it.
We held him.
Unbelievable.
He's going to throw the ball. He's got a man deep.
He's got it.
Look, he's got a man in the middle.
Touchdown! Touchdown! Touchdown!
We win.
And good evening and welcome to Titusville High School Football, Week 7. It's the Rockets and the Huskies, and the Rockets are on the road in Harbor Creek. And welcome to the Paul J. White's Stadium. Our coverage of Titusville Rocket football this season is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, by Oil Creek Plastics, by Interstate Pipe and Supply, by Larry's Auto Service, by TrueValue Hardware, by Armstrong, by Anderson Physical Therapy, by the Titusville Dairy Products Company, by the Meadville Medical Center, Titusville Area Hospital, by Joe Taylor Ford, by the Barking Lot, by Community Connect Federal Credit Union, by the Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, by Homerwood, by Clifford's Carpets and Waterbeds, by Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning, by Family Video, and by Corky's Pizza and Subs. On the road for Week 7, before 2 weeks at home, it's the Rockets and the Harbor Creek Huskies. Welcome to the Paul J. White Stadium here in Harbor Creek, Pennsylvania. What are you laughing about?
Well, I started to panic. I heard on the road. I was waiting for on the road again.
Now,
I thought, oh, no.
Speaking of no, Rockets are 2-4, Huskies are 4-2, and we'll explain why that could be a no-no situation here in just a moment. Welcome into the Larry's Auto Service, Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show. Hi, guys.
Hey, Luke. It is good to be with you, and I wouldn't have minded if you broke into song. I've heard it before, and I've gotten used to it. But, hey, it is nice to be up at Harbor Creek. We were talking just a bit ago outside, standing outside the booth, of how nice a stadium this is. Steve, you come up here for track because they run an invitational up here, but this is just one outstanding facility all the way around.
Yeah, it really is a nice field. The football field is well taken care of. It is turf. That's about the only knock you can say on it. But it is a real nice facility. It's laid out very well. The field's in excellent shape. Their track has always been one of the best tracks around in Northwest Pennsylvania, and this is a nice facility. It's going to be a good night for football.
It should be interesting. Both these ball clubs were introduced rather rudely to Mercyhurst, getting shellacked by both Mercyhurst Prep and the Huskies and Mercyhurst Prep in Titusville. But other than that, I'm looking for a pretty good ball game tonight. This is a must-win for Titusville. Yeah,
Titusville's got to finish out their season right now, winning their last 3 ball games if they want any shot at the playoffs. And we learned today, at least we think this is true, that they're taking the top 3 out of this region, which eliminates that 4th playoff spot. So finishing out the season on a 3-game run is going to be crucial for Titusville if they have any aspirations to get to the playoffs. Harbor Creek, on the other hand, they got a little extra breathing room, and they're 4-2 on the year, and they believe on the region side they're 2-1. So they get a little bit of breathing room. So if this one gets away from them tonight, they're still in control of their own destiny. Titusville's got to win out and possibly still need help from other teams.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult road for Titusville, and this is the big game because this is the away game. We get Fairview and Girard down back home. So this is a must-win. This can't go anywhere unless you win this one tonight.
No, if you don't win this one, then I think you're pretty much done for the season as far as playoff contention goes. But you're still available to you if you play well. In this ball game here, Titusville's going to have to play very well. They're going to have to play as well as we saw them play against Cochranton. And unfortunately, you got to go clear back to that game to get that combination of defense and physical play, and that's what Titusville's going to have to do tonight.
And once again, we're starting our freshman quarterback tonight, Garrett Knapp. He played very well last week as his first start against a very good Slippery Rock team. So his first outing was against one of the better ball clubs in the 2 regions and the South region there. So I'm looking forward to a good ball game out of him. It's going to go right down to where we always talk about, can they do it in the trenches? And that's something we're going to have to wait to see.
All right, we sat down with Coach Baldwin, and that's coming up in just a moment. As we continue here on this Friday night, this is the Larry's Auto Service, Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show. Our coverage will continue right after this timeout.
Are you moving at the speed of business? File transfers, multiple locations, video chat. Companies these days are using more data than ever, and it's got to be fast. With gigabit internet from Armstrong Business Solutions, you can keep up with a pack no matter what size your company is. We can provide your business a reliable connection to our advanced fiber optic network with speeds from 100 megs up to 10 gigs per second. Get your business in the fast lane. Armstrong Business Solutions. Your business is our business.
Community Connect Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit, member-owned financial institution, and becoming a member is pretty easy. Stop in, call, or visit our website at communityconnectfcu.com and click Join to get started. Ask about our money market accounts, low-interest loans on new and used vehicles, or start saving for the holidays with a Christmas Club account. Visit us today to get started. We're Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street, Titusville. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home is dedicated to providing the highest level of service to Titusville and surrounding communities. Our family and staff continues the tradition started by Gordon B. Garrett in 1965, treating our clients with care and respect. Since then, we have grown, now in our third generation and in 2 locations, 303 North Washington Street and 203 East Main Street, Titusville. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, a history of tradition and commitment to excellence.
And welcome back to the Rocket pregame show. Joining me now is Coach Brian Baldwin of the Titusville Rockets. Coach, good to see you again.
Good to be here.
Last week, a lot of things going on. Homecoming, you played Slippery Rock. Slippery Rock, you knew coming in was going to be a tough team.
Very tough, yep.
What are some things you pulled out of that game that you liked?
The guys never stopped. We could throw the ball a little bit more, maybe get a little more balanced.
Did that surprise yourself, even how much more you threw the ball?
Yeah, I wasn't planning on throwing it that much more, but he was connecting. All right, let's keep rolling with it. So we got to do something to open up the run game and passing the ball, getting it out there, hitting them quick hitters and stuff it might open it up for us. So.
Especially, of course, as you go on week after week, and Harvey is getting a lot of attention. He's the guy that people are stopping, right? So you got to come up with ways of either getting him free or making him, giving him some opportunities.
Yeah, since, I think after the Cochrane game, everybody is just zeroing in on Parker, and so we have to come up with different ways to, spread the ball around to open it up. And this week too, we're going to run some trips formations, maybe get the guys out of the box and see where we go from there. Try to open it up for them.
How much changes, and not to get too far ahead here with this week compared to last week, quarterback-wise, is that a surprise for us tonight, or do you know who you're going to be putting in that position?
Garrett Knapp will start. Okay. But I don't want to say I'm going to run a 2-quarterback system, but obviously, Boaz can hurt people with his legs and his athletic ability, and Garrett's coming along with his passing and his arm and stuff. So they both will play. Garrett will start. We also had some injuries, a little bit on defense. Boaz will play some linebacker for us and probably stick him at tight end and get some his athleticism there too.
I think, and Steve pointed this out during the game last week, when you were in that varsity level, the pace picks up a little bit. Yeah. And that's not to take away from that, because we think he adjusted, greatly during that game. Right. But when you're going back and watching the films with him, are there moments where it's like, oh yeah, if I would have just done this or tweaked this, that would have given me this look or this opportunity?
And Garrett's a very good study. His football IQ is up there, and he's a very smart kid, and he's a film kid too. I mean, he's spending time watching film, asking questions, and he'll come and you ask him his reads and his progressions, and he'll rattle them off to you. I think the speed of varsity and the speed of Slippery Rock was kind of hit him, full on, and
But he adapted well.
He adjusted well. He adjusted well. I mean, he made some mistakes. Still, there was one of those interceptions he threw. I put that on our receivers. They all ran a fly route, and I never called that. And he tried to throw it back shoulder, and they weren't looking. You know, there was a couple times that we could have helped him out a little more than what we did. But you know, in all, we had, you know, good run production. I know a second half against some of their other guys, and we had good pass production. And again, the return game, the special teams, is just, I mean, I think we had 208 yards returning. Palma had a 71-yard.
Right.
I almost broke it. Corcoran had a 63-yarder, almost broke it. You know what I mean? So we're excelling in that position too. So
it's fun to see how many times they'll kick to Palma before they realize maybe we should adjust our strategy a little bit.
And then they kicked to Corcoran, and he had a big one, and he had a 63-yarder. And then they started squibbing it on the ground and popping it in the air. And yeah, you know, Landon's shown it all year long that when he gets the ball in his hands back there, he can take it. He can take it to the house anytime. So, and I think Riley Corcoran is just as explosive too when he gets the chance. So, you know.
And we talk about those guys a lot, but there's a lot of other guys in there that are doing some amazing things. And Laird Stover gets called out occasionally for doing some great things, and you know, Nicholson. I mean, there's other key players in there that have really helped you guys.
Oh yeah, and you know, to go back with the special teams and stuff in the return game, we're using a lot of younger kids on the return, more than we've used in the past, and they're stepping up, which is a great experience. And then you talk about Laird Stover. I mean, he coming back for the ball and playing the ball on underthrown passes and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
how about that? That was incredible.
Yeah, he's done it all year and stuff. But then
a lot of times somebody would give up on that instead of going back.
Yep, and he comes back, and not only does he play defense on it 90% of the time, he comes back and gets the ball and ends up being a decent play out of it. And then, you know, he got behind the defensive back there for that nice, I think that was about 41-yard touchdown pass, and caught the ball, ran it in. I mean, we've come a long way in that department since last year. We need to continue to grow, and, you know, it's exciting.
Yeah, well, you're a defensive guy, right?
Well, yeah, that's how I started.
So talk about the defense. What do you do to kind of make some tweaks there to get them to just step up a little bit, or to figure out, you know, some of those missing elements?
Well, we go back and watch, and, you know, their first offensive play, we have guys, and I'm absolutely no excuses. We have guys that are in different positions, new positions, and one lapse, and that's all it took. I mean, we didn't cover the running back out on the swing pass, and it goes. Of course, tackling and pursuit after that is another thing. Then their second offensive play was just they motioned to trips, and we didn't adjust to it. You know, another guy that's in a new position. And they hit it big. I mean, they outnumbered us 3-2 on that side. They got 2 blocks, and away they went. You know, they were fast and stuff. And, you know, I think that the third or fourth, you know, we stopped and made them punt, stuff like that. But we just keep hammering the basics in what we're doing. That hawk tackling, it works. It's proven. You can see it work. You see it work on Sundays, you know. And you know, when we come to where we give up points and stuff like that, we just go back to the basics, hammer on that, get them back in the right frame of mind, and get them going for the next week.
And certainly no timeouts used to readjust anything, no confusion.
Good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we gave the quarterback's wristband, and just so we could give them a number. So the play going in from receiver to the quarterback is just a number now, and then he can read it off his wristband. Instead of trying to think of the play, the formation, everything, and then telling the huddle that, and then getting them out into it. I think it helped out, and you know, it made us more efficient too, for sure.
Sure. Huskies tonight. Which Huskies team will we see tonight? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I'm sure they're going to be ready to go. It's their homecoming, and they're going to be ready to play. It's going to be a tough game, but you know, our last 3 games are all going to be tough games, but they're winnable games. So I think if we do what we come here to do, I think it'll be good things.
I'll go back to Cochranton when I asked you coming into the stadium, you had that smirk where you were the underdogs, right? I think a lot of people picked you guys losing that game.
Oh, yes.
And that was a game that I think, in terms of the total package, you guys had it together that night. If that team shows up tonight against Harbor Creek.
Yes, I agree. If that team shows up, you know, we'll come away with the win, for sure. I mean, defensively, we were on top and smothered them. You know, I mean, they had some room at Concord and stuff, but if we can do that, we can have another repeat of that. I would like to have those for the rest of the year, you know, the rest of the season.
Coach, we're in week 7.
Yep.
What keeps you smiling at week 7?
Oh, the kids, the guys are still working. They're working hard. You know, we battle through some stuff, but there's no quit in them. So, you know, there's no quit in us either. So the coaches are going strong. The kids are still playing hard, you know, facing adversity, but they keep going, and we gelled as a team. And that team mentality just keeps everybody going.
Is it scary how fast the season has gone? This is your first season at the helm, and it's almost over.
Yep. You know, it's funny because you get going in the season, and you realize, then you look up and you take a second and breathe, and you're like, oh my, you know, it's almost over with. But we still have some big things. We still have some things to accomplish this year, this season, and we're looking forward to doing that.
All right, and before we let you go, you know, Steve's in the press box talking about you guys every Friday night. Yep. Here's your chance to get on him. We found out his math skills aren't that great, so what would you like to say to Steve?
You know, he does a good job. He does a good job. You know, I'm not going to say it.
Well, he admitted his math skills are a little iffy. Right, Adam? All right. Coach, good luck tonight.
Hey, thank you.
All right. Rocket pregame show will continue right after this.
The Intensive Transitional Care Program at Titusville Area Hospital is a patient-centered, high-quality program for hospitalized patients recovering from illness or surgery who may no longer need to be in a traditional hospital setting but are not yet ready to return home. Regain your independence. Choose the Intensive Transitional Care Program at Titusville Area Hospital, where a high level of care, safety, and satisfaction is our top priority. Visit TitusvilleHospital.org for more information. Titusville Area Hospital. More than a hospital.
Interstate Pipe and Supply is proud to announce their celebration of 50 years in business. Holding true to their motto, service means business, they offer a full knowledgeable staff, full fleet of trucks, and large product offering. They are not just a plumbing location, but a one-stop shop assisting homeowners and contractors quickly and efficiently. They have been a primary pipe supplier in Titusville for 40-plus years. Good luck to the Titusville Rockets this year, and thank you for making Interstate Titusville's premier pipe supplier.
Oil Creek Plastics, the industry leader in polyethylene pipe, is proud to be a part of the Titusville community and a proud sponsor of Titusville High School athletics. Located off Route 27 in East Titusville, Oil Creek Plastics has been a vested part of the Titusville community for 28 years. At Oil Creek Plastics, we take pride in supporting our community and are thrilled to bring instant and slow motion replay to the stream's Titusville Rocket sports broadcasts. In Titusville and here to stay, Oil Creek Plastics. Best of luck to the Titusville Rockets.
And welcome back to the Larry's Auto Service, Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show. We're going to send it down to the field to that man, Bill McCrillis, who's on the wireless mic tonight. Brought to you by Titusville Dairy Products Company and by Boonies. And some wings sound good about now, guys. Bill, field conditions.
Oh, field conditions are outstanding. And like Steve said, what a fantastic stadium. I'll tell you what, this is really beautiful up here. Field conditions, right on the 50-yard line here. Grass has been mowed. Yeah, right. No, the turf is really nice. It's probably about the best turf I've seen so far this year as far as being plush.
Yeah, I don't know how old this field is when they put the turf and stuff in, but as we mentioned in the earlier part of the pregame, the whole stadium is in really a nice shape. It's really a very nice facility.
And dedicated to that man.
Yeah, Paul J. Weiss, who is former astronaut.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool from this area.
We talk a lot, guys, about showing kids, role models to follow, and how just because you live in Northwest Pennsylvania doesn't mean you have to be stuck in a certain mindset. Here's an example of somebody who went on and did great things.
Yeah, and you'll find that throughout the area. It's not just here. We had, of course, Heisman down in Titusville, who went on and did a couple of things. Yeah, didn't you know about that?
We don't have a graphic for that, do we?
No, we don't have a graphic for that.
Good hometown boy there.
No, I'm just joking.
What can I say? I can't add to 35, so.
Yeah, we noticed that last week.
Yeah.
But,
sorry, Steve.
Hey, that's not so bad, though. Look at it this way. From Mercyhurst University, I have a degree in accounting, so figure that one out.
There you go.
What's that say for those guys?
Well, we're not going to go there.
Never mind.
They don't call asking for money from him. Hey,
good old alumni.
One thing that was brought up, the playoff situation in that picture, it's the top 4 in the region, so the bottom 3 are out. And right now, if that was today, you're looking at Northeast, Girard, and Titusville.
Yeah, if you look at the standings, you have Mercyhurst Prep in the region 4-0. Then it gets pretty interesting here. Harbor Creek sitting second. They're 2-1 in the region. Fairview's right behind them at 2-2, as well as Corey at 2-2. Northeast and Girard are both 1-2 in the region. Titusville yet to get a region win. That's why we're in the position here where we've got to win out. Our last 3 games are region games, and they're crucial for Titusville to have any shot at a playoff spot. They're going to have to win them all.
How important was that Corey game?
Very important.
Well, the Corey game. And here's the thing. You're going to look back at this season if we don't make it into the playoffs. You're going to look at that Corey game. Big problem there. A game you really should have won and didn't for a number of different reasons. But one of them most you think about it because of the weather delay. Titusville went to Corey on a Saturday at the same time Titusville soccer team's playing away, and your kicker is with a soccer team. You didn't have a chance for a field goal. A field goal, you win that game 9-8. So that kind of plays.
And we had the ball in position. Once you get to the 25-yard line with Nick, you got a potential field goal.
You got a shot at it, yeah. And we had first and goal inside the 5.
Yeah.
And kind of had things get away from us. But a couple of things that you look at Northeast now too. They're 1-2 in the region, but they're only 1-5 overall.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that win against Titusville. So if you don't get into the playoffs, you're going to look back at this and kind of give yourself a little what if we'd only done this, we might have been there.
Yeah, it'd be really sad if we went out and then we look back, as you're saying, in hindsight, and say, boy, there's 2 games that got away from us, and now we're sitting here week 10 going somewhere else.
Week 10 going someplace else.
Titusville has Fairview next week. Harbor Creek played Fairview middle of September. Won that game 3-0. What's that tell you, Steve?
Right now, off of that, you got to figure Fairview, Harbor Creek are 2 very close, very similar teams. And so that's why this game becomes even more crucial, because you're going to come off of this game, go into that Fairview game at home next week. A big win here sets you up with a team that's pretty much on the same caliber. Sets you up for a good run.
This is the Larry Otto and the Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show. We're about 6.5 minutes from kickoff. Harbor Creek just come back out on the field waiting for the Titusville Rock.
Whoever said it's only a dog never loved a dog. Our philosophy is simple. We treat every dog as if it were our own, and believe us, we spoil our dogs. When dogs are comfortable, they're happy. The Barking Lot in Titusville is ready to make your dog happy by offering grooming services, daycare, and boarding. Call today to schedule an appointment, or better yet, stop in and discover a stranger, crazier, quirkier group of dog lovers at the Barking Lot in Titusville.
So, State Farm will be here to help protect our home?
Of course.
What about here?
Yep. Nice.
Okay. Here?
Who puts tinfoil in the microwave?
Here? Here? Here?
Feels a little awkward.
A little. Here?
You too.
So cold.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
It's Joe Taylor Ford's 17th anniversary, and we are celebrating all month long. Get 0% APR for 72 months, plus $1,000 Ford credit bonus cash on a new 2018 Ford Escape, Edge, and Explorer. Or get 0% APR for 60 months, plus $2,800 additional savings off MSRP on a new 2018 Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT with 2.7-liter V6 EcoBoost. Make sure you take advantage of Joe Taylor Ford's top-of-the-line lifetime warranty on all new cars. Thank you for 17 great years.
And welcome back to the Larry's Auto Service Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show here at Harbor Creek, the Paul J. White Stadium. Rockets and the Huskies tonight, and we're almost ready to get this game underway.
Yeah, we're looking forward to the Rocks coming out of the locker room here pretty quick. I'm not sure how the Huskies are out here. Usually Titusville's out before the other teams, but we're still waiting for the Rockets to come down. Again, 4.5 minutes from kickoff. Steve, we got to go back to see if we can settle our minds in on some football here, because we've been messing around with half words. But line play. It's going to go right back down. We talk about this every week, but that's really what happens. If our offensive line can control their defensive line and our defensive line their offensive line, we got ourselves a good shot at this ball game.
Well, I think, particularly because Titusville is so run-oriented, you have to have control of that line of scrimmage. Now, last week we saw, one of the problems we had was even in the passing game, we couldn't stop penetration from the defensive lineman, and the quarterback was under duress most of the night. So, we've got to control it up front if we want any hope at all of coming away with this with a win.
Titusville Rockets coming out on the field now, talking to Coach Baldwin down at the end zone, and they're going across to their side, and we'll be having the national anthem and the official toss of the coin, get things underway here. About 3 minutes away from kickoff, Titusville Rockets visiting here at Harbor Creek, taking on the Huskies.
Yeah, and again, the Paul J. White's Stadium, Jim. Let's learn a little bit about the astronauts, shall we?
These are the 3 men who will open the space station and stay there 28 days. Astronauts Paul Weitz, Dr. Joseph Kerwin, and Charles Pete Conrad. 40-year-old Paul Weitz, a native of Erie, Pennsylvania, will have the main responsibility for conducting the Earth Resources experiments on board this first Skylab.
Well, the Earth Resources Experiments package is a group of 5 sensors which we're going to use to look at the Earth to gather data with these 5 sensors 15 times during our flight.
Nothing says community more than local sports. Cheering on our favorite teams while our young athletes learn about hard work, teamwork, and building character. At Homerwood, community begins with our employees. Those same traits we look for in our athletes are the same characteristics we look for in our employees. And it shows in the quality of our products that we're proud to stand behind and on. From our employees and their families, we say thank you for making us part of your community. Go Rockets!
Hospital partners, Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital together provide a continuum of high-quality care across Crawford County. Both create the ultimate patient experience. Every patient, every time. Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital are more than a hospital. We are a hospital partner, a community partner, a family partner, and a health partner.
Fall and football go hand in hand, just like yards and the products made by Steel. At Titusville TrueValue, we offer a full selection of Steel chainsaws, pole saws, leaf blowers, weed eaters, and hedge trimmers to prepare your yard for fun this fall. So get the full lineup of Steel's equipment so the chores are out of the way so you can go out to play. Steel, available now at your Titusville TrueValue. Behind every good project is your Titusville TrueValue. Anderson Physical Therapy is committed to your long-term health and well-being. With certified licensed therapists, Anderson's can provide therapy for all your rehabilitation needs. With offices located at 202 Union Street in Titusville and 118 Main Street, Tityute, Anderson looks forward to opening their new location in Cambridge Springs, making it convenient for you to get back to doing the things you enjoy. So stay on top of your game with Anderson Physical Therapy, with convenient locations in Northwest Pennsylvania and online 24/7 at andersonphysicaltherapy.net.
Welcome to Titusville Area School District's presentation of Titusville Rocket Sports on the Stream.
And the captains are meeting at the center of the field. And
there you go, guys.
Harbor Creek has won the toss, and they have deferred. Titusville, I believe, will receive and get this game underway. So we'll see right off the get-go, Steve, what our offense can do against this Husky defense.
Well, and the interesting thing will be, like, he started the freshman Knapp last week, and the ball went into the air right away. And as he alluded to in his interview, stayed in the air for quite a while. It'll be interesting to see whether or not we can get some passing yards going early in the game and then convert back into the ground game and be successful with a balanced attack tonight.
Alrighty, guys, that wraps up the Larry's Auto Service Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show. It is a Friday night, and it's great to be here watching high school football in Northwest Pennsylvania. Again, these two teams tonight, big game for Titusville. Rockets coming in 2-4. Huskies are 4-2.
Titusville will send out their receiving core for the kickoff, and that would put Landon Palma and I believe Mr. Corcoran, Riley Corcoran, standing back at about their 10 as the Huskies get set to kick off. Let me see, I believe that kicking off for the Huskies, I think, will be John Bolin.
No, I think it's J.T. Brad. Isn't
oh,
it?
Is it
90?
Is it 90? I thought it was an 80.
Well, when he turns, we'll see.
It's a 90.
It's a 90, okay.
Yep. This young man we saw kicking field goals in pregame warm-up, he has a pretty decent leg.
All set to go. Wait for the whistle as we get things underway here at Harbor Creek. The Rockets against the Huskies, a big game for both ball clubs, but really for our Rockets. The kick is going to be taken at the 5-yard line by Corcoran, up across the 10, the 20, and he's going to be dropped at about the 22-yard line. So Titusville will put it in play, first down and 10 at their own 22.
Pretty decent coverage by Harbor Creek. They're not really a running lane for Corcoran to get through. Kids staying in their lanes, doing a nice job on coverage.
First down and 10, Titusville. We'll see what Coach has in mind for the first quarter here. Steve, a lot of times, and we'll talk about this maybe as we go along the first quarter, I don't know about the high school level, but a lot of times in your college pro levels, they have a series of plays they want to try out. They want to see whether or not what's going to work, what's not going to work.
Something scripted, yeah. I don't think they're doing it here, but we'll see what happens.
Titusville sends trips to the right, single to the left. Harvey in the backfield. Knapp gives it to Harvey. Harvey breaks across. He's across to 25 and out close to the 28-yard line. Almost broke that.
Yeah, it looked like, I think it's 28 or 20. I can't see the number. Maybe 26.
That's
Ennis, Avery Ennis, just enough here. Good penetration. We do a nice job of opening up a crease. And you can see just enough of the ankle to stop Parker Harvey. Otherwise, he might have been gone for a big gain for Titusville.
Second down 3. The ball out at the 29 of Titusville. Trips to right. Signal to the left for the Rockets. Again, Harvey in the backfield. Lone back. Knapp rolling to his right. Now he gets to Harvey. No, he drives it up across close to the 30-yard line. Maybe to the 31. Bring up a 3rd and short.
This is that run or not the run option, but the zone run play that we run here. The zone blocking up front, and we just wait for our running backs to pick a hole there, and just not quite enough of a crease there for him to cut up inside the tackle.
3rd down 1. The ball out the Rocket 31-yard line. Again, we'll send trips right, single to the left. A little bit different formation we've had previous games. Just a little different look the coach was talking about in his interview. Knapp under center. It goes to Harvey. No, Harvey drives straight ahead, and I believe it's going to be close. Bill, you're down there. Did he get it?
Based on the spot, I think they're going to give it to him.
No, they're not going to give it to him. He earned it.
Okay, well, you can earn it, and they cannot give it to you anyway. So,
yeah, that happens too.
And we've seen evidence of that in the past too.
Yeah,
so, but it is a first down for Parker Harvey, and this is just good hard running here, straight up, tucks in behind the line. So far, right now, I'd call it even up front.
First down and 10, Titusville at the 32. Oil Creek Plastics once again bringing us our instant replay. Again, Titusville will send 3 to the right, single to the left. Keep Harvey in the backfield. Knapp under center, looking to throw over the middle. Has a man down the right side. It goes to, I believe, LaRoque.
Nice catch.
LaRoque, a nice catch out at about the 44-yard line. I think that's correct.
Yeah, LaRoque on the catch. He's going to run out from the tight end position. They've got him in the tight end. You'll see him move from tight end to the slot. I'm sorry, from the slot. He's just going to come down the field and across. A little bit of interference there by the defensive back, but a good catch.
He had to go up and get it.
The first down.
Yeah, he did, Bill. He had to go up to get that. Third down, check that, first down and 10 now, out at the 44. Trips right, single to the left again for the Rockets. Harbor Creek looking to blitz. Gives it off to Harvey. Drive straight, held nice run out to the 45, across to the 47. One of the things I've always liked about Harvey is the yards gained after contact. He made some contact that time.
Yeah, you're going to see here now Harbor Creek is running a 4-man front, a 40 series defense. They're going to send a linebacker. There's one that's overplaying. There's a safety coming in there. You give him credit, but the nice thing about that is not so much this run, but what will happen in the third and fourth quarter when he sees the big guy coming down on him.
Again, Titusville trips right, single left. Wide side of the field will be to Titusville's left, should they choose to go that way. Off tackle, it is Harvey straight ahead. He'll pick up maybe a couple on the play, short of the 50.
Number of people there up front there for Harbor Creek making a stop. And you're looking at it here, you're going to see the linebacker coming up there. He's guessing holes, and he's kind of spying Parker Harvey a little bit. They're not sending him as quickly on that play. You can see he's up tight to the line, number 28 for Harbor Creek. That's Tyler Habruski.
Trips left for Titusville this time, single to the right. They flop him. Knapp wants to throw over the middle, and the pass is intended for Landon Palma. A little bit mix up in the timing of that play. Out to the 40-yard line of Harbor Creek, incomplete.
I think Knapp was looking for him to stop on that route, and Landon Palmer just not quite able to. He's more downhill. I think it was the right read by the quarterback. I think that should have been a comeback route by Landon Palmer, but it'll bring up a fourth down there for Titusville.
Williamson will be standing back to receive this punt back about his 15. Parker Harvey will get the punt away for Titusville from about the 35. So a couple first downs, but not able to continue the drive. Good punt by Harvey off to the left side. It's going to hit at the 20, picked up there by Williamson across the 25, the 30, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at 35. A bit of a dangerous play by the returner, but had a good bounce, picked it up and prodded up about 20 yards upfield.
Well, and it's Nicholson that makes the tackle, but who's the gunner down on that side? I believe that's Isaac Jackson. You got to find a football and be on it. That should have been, as soon as that kid come up here to catch it for Harbor Creek, you should have been on him.
Harbor Creek now will send two to the left, single to the right. Smith is at quarterback, gives it off to the tailback, and he's going to be hit and drop for a loss. Back at the 30, loses about 5 on the play. That was a good defensive play by Titusville.
No, that's LaRoque now on defense coming in. I'm not too sure where he lined up, whether he lined as an outside backer or off a corner. He was at the right outside backer and does a nice job of reading the hole. And there's a hole there that the running back wanted to take until LaRoque filled the gap.
Cody Smith goes wide to the right. In the slot right is Elijah Langer Williamson. Single back, giving off to the single back, coming up the middle, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage, no gain. He fights forward, maybe he'll pick up a yard. I think that's Ennis. We'll check the numbers when they get up. A little hard to see the numbers on these black uniforms, at least for my old eyes.
Yeah, it is. I think it's Jacobson, the first man to make contact. He's a defensive tackle for Titusville. So far, 2 plays. Titusville's defensive line has done a nice job of owning the line of scrimmage.
Third down and 12 for Harbor Creek. Doubles to the left now for the Huskies. They'll put a man in the wing right. Out of shotgun, Smith rolls back to his right to throw, wants to throw down the right side. Get the pass over the middle, and it is incomplete. Good pattern, almost complete out there to Cody Smith. Smith to Smith. That'll bring up a fourth down punt.
Titus Hunter making up some space there. He's going to roll to the near side. This is a hard throw for a right-handed quarterback to the left. He has a man open, and Hunter does a nice job of making up some ground and getting his hand in there to cause the incompletion.
Pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Palma stand back at the 30 as the Huskies now will punt fourth down and 12. So neither team able to get too much going in the first series. Short punt taken by Palma at the 35. Wants to come to the outside, gets a block, and is going to be brought down about the 39. Couldn't quite get outside. Gains about, runs back about 9 yards. Titus will have a first down and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, Matt Stenger on Harbor Creek there to bring him down. If he'd have gotten around him, he might have had some yards around the right side. One of the things that it's hard for high school kids, I think, when you're returning kicks and punts and stuff, you start a direction, very hard to stop and come back the other way. Unless you've got really blazing speed, that's probably not the best of moves to make, but Landon almost got away with it there.
Stover goes wide to the left. Corcoran's in the slot left along with Palma. And now we'll keep LaRocque in at tight end on the right side. Out of shotgun, and they are stacking the line. Knapp's rolling to his left, wants to throw. Oh, he's going to get caught and thrown down for a big loss back at the 32-yard line. Loss of about 10 on the play.
They're going to get good penetration up front here. The defensive tackle gets through. That's linebacker, excuse me. But one of the things that the young quarterback's going to learn is you start rolling out one direction, you can't stop because the people coming from the backside are going to nail you. He should have tried to go around it. Also on that, Parker Harvey, who doesn't do a whole lot of blocking for us because he's so busy running the ball, needed to help pick that defensive end up and give him the quarterback the edge.
Second down and 20 for Titusville on the loss. Single left, doubles right for the Rockets. Second down and 20 from their own 34. Parker Harvey gets to the outside. He's at the 40 and out to about the 45-yard line. He's knocked out of bounds, picks up about 10 on the play. Bring up a makeable third down play, 3rd and 10. Not what we particularly care for. We'd rather have it a little shorter.
But this shows you why that second down play is so catastrophic to your offense. You just, you were 2nd and 20, and here you just ran the ball for 9 yards. You could have had a 3rd and 1 here instead of a 3rd and 11.
5:41 to go, first quarter. No score here at Harbor Creek. Titusville will send doubles right, single left. Knapp out of a short shotgun. He's only about 3 yards back. Looking over the middle, has a man down the middle. It's Corcoran. It's complete at the 30, 25, 20, 10. Touchdown, Titusville. Nice pass play.
Nice pass play, and you're right. He's not very deep on it. It's more of a pistol set from the quarterback position. And again, we talked about this last week with this young man at quarterback. He does show a lot of patience for a freshman. He's not panicked at all here, but he sees, and I'm not saying he's staring down his receiver because Corcoran came off the line of scrimmage clean. Nobody picked him up until the safety, and by that far time, he's already got you beat. So it's a nice throw and catch for Titusville. A nice play call by the coaching staff. Oil Creek Plastics giving us our instant replay for tonight's ball game.
Score comes at 5:31 in the first quarter. Right in now to kick the extra point for Titusville attempted. Waiting for the snap. Palma puts it down. Kick is short. Somehow I don't know if it was a blocked out there or
I don't think that's I think that's Parker Harvey.
That was Parker.
Oh, it was Parker kicking.
It was Parker Harvey kicking the ball, so I'm a little...
Yeah, I just automatically called Nick.
I did too. I'm not sure, but Parker Harvey had to make the attempt just a little bit low and to the right. So interesting there. I'm not sure what happened with our kicker.
5:31 to go, first quarter. Titusville picks up the first score of the game, 6-0, and they'll kick off now to the Huskies and see if they can keep this going. Both their drives have been pretty good. We ran out of gas in the first drive after a couple first downs, but that last drive was particularly nice because they think it was set up for that touchdown pass by the run.
Yeah, it is. Right now you're setting up the run, and Harbor Creek is crowding the line of scrimmage, but the defensive backs are, almost like caught off guard that Titus was trying to throw the ball, and you would have thought after last week's performance against Slippery Rock that they would figure that Titus was going to try to put the ball in the air. That one there, you allowed Corcoran off the line of scrimmage clean, and he just ran across the safety's face and beat him deep.
Well, that's what happens when you start putting 8 to 10 in the box, and that's what they've been doing. Parker Harvey to kick off for Titusville. Short kick is going to be taken at about the 20-yard line. Runner's gone across the right side, 35, 40, and knocked down at the 46-yard line. Boy, if he hadn't lost his footing there, he had a touchdown in sight.
Yeah, Charles Nicholson, our middle linebacker, playing the outside contain on kick coverage coming down here, and just kind of wondering where we're at. You see Nichols on the bottom of your screen right there, and they've got it sealed off, and he's going to catch. No, he didn't.
He just lost his
turf.
footing.
Yeah, turf monster grabbed a hold of him, brought him down.
First down and 10 for Harbor Creek, second series. They're at their own 47. In I formation, give it off to the tailback, straight ahead, out across midfield into Titusville territory. Picks up about 5 on the play.
Like Nicholson in on that tackle too there, and this is where it's going to be interesting. It's the first series for Harbor Creek, they tried to go a little wide, not much success. This time it looks like they're going to come straight at us. Titusville's going to have to get control in the middle of the defensive line.
Once again, Harbor Creek sends singles right and left. They run out over an I. Ball's given off to Ennis straight ahead. Big hole out across into Titusville's 45 to about the 43-yard line. Enough for the first down, depending on the spot. A little bit short from where they're spotting.
Well, and the interesting thing here is we've got guys coming in. Our linebackers are coming in there. You can see if you roll that back real quick, you're going to see LaRoque. Now, granted, this is early, but he's there and in the hole. That's where you've got to make the tackle, and it's not being made. Both plays are like this.
First down and 10 now at the Titusville 43 for the Huskies. Coming right back. Again, off the right side. It's Ennis all the way down to the Titusville 20. Wide open, not touched until he got into the safeties area, and that's where he's brought down at the Titusville 20.
Right now they're getting control inside our defensive tackles and on the middle linebackers, and they're just opening up holes, straight ahead running. This is what Corey did to turn the tide in the Corey game. They went to a power formation and came straight at us, and we had all kinds of trouble with it.
East is at tailback. Stewart at fullback out of the I formation. Again to East, straight ahead. He's met at the line of scrimmage and drives ahead for about 2.
That's LaRoque. Again, the linebacker, he's doing a nice job of stepping up into the hole, and that's what he does here. And there's a shoulder tackle. Just keep driving your feet.
Gain of 3 in the play, second down and 7. They're at the Titusville 17-yard line. It's a good drive right now for Harbor Creek. Good field position after the kickoff. They'll send singles to both sides, left and right. Man in the wing. Ball's given off.
Hold.
To the right side. Touchdown, Harbor Creek, but there is a hold.
There's a hold.
And it's going to come back. I was watching the hold, not the ball carrier.
I don't think that is. I think they're going to catch somebody after the play was gone.
It was a late flag.
But you look right here, 22 is going to grab and hold right there. Roll that back again. This is the call that I can't understand. Back just a little bit further. I'd like to see. Okay, he's in the backfield, coming across 22. Here comes the linebacker doing what he's supposed to do, come up, and there's the hold.
Yeah.
You can't hold the jersey like that. That, here again, the touchdown should be coming back, or it should, at this point, should be offsetting penalties.
Instead, it's personal foul on Titusville. Well, I think that's what they called.
Yeah, I think it was a personal foul. At the time when the flag came in, I thought it was well after the play had gone to the far side. So I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, touchdown's good. Ties the game at 6. Well, we get in some of those unusual plays on Friday nights.
Yes, we do.
Extra point attempt coming up for Harbor Creek. Placement. Kick is up, and the kick looks good. 3:40 left to go first quarter, 7-6 Harbor Creek on top of our Titusville Rockets. So good drive by Harbor Creek, and big line play for Harbor Creek.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I mean, they instead of trying to go wide on us, they came straight at us. Like I said, this is what Corey did to change the tide in that ball game up there. They decided not to go wide and come straight at us with more of a power-based offense than what we're seeing here from Harbor Creek. Titusville, I think, has the ability to adjust to this a little bit. We've seen both outside backers, Corkland and LaRoque, are both attacking the holes. So they're there. We just got to get shoulders into people and keep your feet driving to bring them down in the hole. And then again, the touchdown run shouldn't have counted. We saw the hold on the guy in motion from Harbor Creek. So, but the big problem here is the personal foul. I think it was a mental personal foul, an unnecessary penalty on Titusville, and that's going to move them in, and it negates one of your strongest points of your offense, and that's your kick return.
They haven't stepped it off yet. I'm waiting for the official to come up. They huddled down by the goal line. bring the ball out to the 40. They should move it upfield if that it is going to be called now, and they will move Titusville back 15. Now, this is the case now. Steve got a little momentum going with that last drive. A lot of momentum going with that last drive. He got a short field here at the 45. Try to kick it short and see if he can come up with not really an onside kick per se, but something similar to that. You know, you can get it in the end zone, out of the end zone with his leg. This kid,
if it's me, I'm kicking it out of the end zone. I don't want either one of these two trying to run this thing back, so I kick it out of the end zone and trust my defense to step up.
Yeah. J.R. Bratt to kick off for the Huskies, but he'll be teeing it up at the Titusville 45 because of the personal foul penalty against Titusville. And he's going to kick it off into the end zone. And they did what Steve suggested. Titusville take a first down 10 at the 25.
I think that's a smart play here. You're banking on your defense to make the stop, because this game could be a field position game. You know, whoever's closest at the end might have the best shot at winning this. So I think that's a smart play for Harbor Creek. Titusville in the 20-yard line and see if their offense can answer the touchdown from Harbor Creek.
3:40 left to go first quarter, 7-6. Harbor Creek on top. Titusville will send two to the right. That would be Stover and Corkland. Palma goes wide on the left side. Harbor Creek once again stacking the box. To Parker Harvey, tries to get to the outside. He's going to get no gain. They're really keen on him. Bring up a second down and 10.
Right now they're starting, it looks like almost two backers are trying to crowd up there and get some penetration on the offensive line, making it hard to get Parker Harvey's legs going. And that's what's going to happen here is we just don't quite get the blocks on the outside. And it's not enough to get that initial block. One of the things we've had trouble with all year with our offensive linemen is getting the initial block contact, but then driving and keeping that contact with the defender.
Trips right, single to the left for Titusville. Second down, he got a gain of 1, so second down and 9. Knapp looking to throw. Now he's rushed and down at the 10-yard line. Man, he didn't have a chance. They just sent somebody up the middle, and by the time Garrett turned around, he was down.
And this is what happened here with Slippery Rock. And they did the same thing, that just penetration just so quick. And, you can see here, it's just a little bit of a delay, but there's nobody.
Outside backer.
Nobody coming to pick him up. And the line just misses him. And there's no chance for Knapp to even have a shot at getting rid of the ball.
Brings up a third down now in 19. But you're back at your own 11-yard line, so you want to be somewhat careful in what you do here. Just soon turn it over on a punt, then an interception. Doubles right, single left for Titusville. Knapp gives it off to Harvey. Tries to go to the outside. He's brought down immediately. No gain. Fourth down and about 19.
And that's another one of their linebackers. Their linebackers are very mobile.
Yeah, very quick.
And that's Drew Sterrett, I think, number 22, the linebacker that does a nice job. And Parker gets a face stiff arm, on him. And he does a nice job of just grabbing hold of the arm and twisting him down.
Langer Williamson standing back at the Titusville 40 as Parker's going to have to get this kick out of the end zone. Need a little better snap than he got the last time. It's a high snap. He controls it. Gets the kick away. It's a short kick. It's going to hit at the 35. Picked up there by Langer at the 40. Comes to the outside, but nice job by Landon Palma. Not much in return.
Jackson on the coverage. Yeah, Jackson on the coverage. Not allowing it. Yeah, and that one, Parker's, you're in the end zone. You're trying to get rid of that football just as quick as you can. Now it's going to be up to the Titusville defense to stop this offense here. They're already on your side of the field at the Titusville 3-yard line.
38. Yeah, 33. 1:26 to go, and Harbor Creek first down and 10 at the Titusville 33. Single to the right, one to the left. They stay in that I formation as they powered it in the last time. And they do it again. They get it off the tailback, straight up the middle. Cuts to the outside, 20, 15, 10, touchdown. And no flags.
Yeah. I got one.
Oh, you have one over there? Okay, Bill. I didn't see it.
Clear down there by the 20-yard line, away from everybody. Not too sure what this had to do.
I don't think we got out the field fast.
Oh, they're trying to get Parker Harvey, so we had 12 guys on the field. Nobody really.
Sideline warning.
Yeah, there's just nobody getting a hand on him. And again, this is what we saw last week with Slippery Rock is the offensive line just blew holes up front of the Titusville defense.
You know, you look at the first drive Harbor Creek had, 3 and out, and they looked terrible. And then the last 2 drives, they just ate us alive.
Well, but you also, if you remember the first drive, they're trying to go wide.
Yeah, they're going wide.
And it allowed holes in the offensive line where our linebackers did to them what their linebackers are now doing to us, the other side. They're shooting the gaps and making the tackles.
Extra point attempt coming up. Britt's kick is up, and the kick is good. 1:18 left to go here in the first quarter. 14-6. Harbor Creek up on top. So back-to-back touchdowns for Harbor Creek. Puts Titusville in the hole, and we'll have to see now if we can. We got to come back and make something happen.
Well, you've got to. Titusville's going to have to get a drive going here, and I think I think what you've got to do, if I'm Coach Baldwin's position, I might be tempted to try the same thing. You know, you've done a lot of coaching in basketball, and you've found a lot of times that team that press defense, a full court press, can't handle the full court press. And so you just press them right back. Here, the same type of thing might apply. Let's start running right at Harbor Creek, see if we can get some ground game going inside the tackles, and then possibly open things up.
Well, the last 3 or 4 carries by Harvey, he's had to bounce it to the outside. And my guess would be that there's just not, as he's looking at the play, there's just nothing there. So again, we're getting beat in the trench. We're getting beat
in the trenches, yeah. And that's one of the things with the zone running game. Penetration and that extra player coming up in there, you got to remember the running back can read the hole, but so can the linebackers.
Yes. 1:18 to go, 14-6. We're in the first quarter as the Huskies tee it up. Again, Corcoran and Palma standing back at about their 7. And the kick's going to be taken by nobody. It's going to go into the end zone and out. And so Titusville will take over first down and 10. So, big drive. This is a big drive for Titusville. Get some momentum. Even if you don't score, it's still early in the game. I mean, let's face it, it's 1:16 left in the first.
Right.
But you do need to put something together, get some momentum for your offense.
Yeah, you got to start believing in yourselves a little bit more.
Yep.
And the way you're going to do that is to get some first downs here.
So we'll see what Titusville will do. They'll send Stover wide to the right. And Riley, I believe it is, in the slot right. Landon Palmer goes up to the left side. And again, Garrett Knapp out of the shotgun with Harvey in the backfield. To Harvey, coming to the right side. At the 20, breaks one tackle, gets out to about the 26, and fumbles the ball out of bounds. But I believe they're going to mark it to where the ball went out of bounds.
Be about, if they do keep it there, it should be a first down.
Yeah, it'll be a first down for Titusville. I think he just dropped.
Sutton Gage couldn't quite keep a hold, his block. It is a fumble.
Yeah, it's a fumble.
But you see there, Sutton Gage, the right tackle, couldn't hold that block long enough. If he holds that, that gives a clean edge for Parker Harvey to go to. He gets his shoulders square north and south, and it becomes a one-on-one battle that Titusville has the advantage in.
So there's enough for the first down with the fumble. The ball went out of bounds, so Titusville keeps possession. Palmer comes wide to the right. We'll send 2 to the left at the Titusville 30-yard line. Knapp to Harvey. Cuts it back to the outside. Now cuts up in the middle. Inside across the 30 to about the 31, maybe the 32. Pick up a couple on the play.
Again, that's Parker. We're just going to run him now to the left. And, the backers have kind of backed out of there a little bit. They're starting to read. Nice job there. Partridge does a nice job, the defensive end. He pushes them to the inside and allows Parker to get to the outside. I don't know if you can hear him, but the assistant coaches over here in the box are not happy with their defensive end for doing that. But
Titusville this time will send trips to the right side.
We placed microphones in there, too.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Harvey straight up the middle and nothing. No gain in the play. Bring up a third down.
And that's a defensive back coming in there from the secondary coming up there to make the tackle. And that's what happens when you can't get a hole opened up. Move some of the offensive linemen out of the way, and it allows the secondary to come up here and make a tackle.
Into the first quarter here at Harbor Creek High School. Harbor Creek leads Titusville 14-6. We'll be back with second quarter action right after these messages.
Are you moving at the speed of business? File transfers, multiple locations, video chat. Companies these days are using more data than ever, and it's got to be fast. With gigabit internet from Armstrong Business Solutions, you can keep up with a pack no matter what size your company is. We can provide your business a reliable connection to our advanced fiber optic network with speeds from 100 megs up to 10 gigs per second. Get your business in the fast lane. Armstrong Business Solutions. Your business is our business.
Whoever said it's only a dog never loved a dog. Our philosophy is simple. We treat every dog as if it were our own, and believe us, we spoil our dogs. When dogs are comfortable, they're happy. The parking lot in Titusville is ready to make your dog happy by offering grooming services, daycare, and boarding. Call today to schedule an appointment, or better yet, stop in and discover a stranger, crazier, quirkier group of dog lovers at the parking lot in Titusville.
Titusville puts it in play on first third down and short. Check that, third down and 9. Pass is complete to Landon Palmer, and it's out to the 38-yard line. So it'll bring up a 4th down and 2 for Coach Baldwin to make a decision. Remember, a few games back, 4th down and 1 at the 29, and we went for it.
And we went for it, yeah. I think
same thing here.
I think he's going to go ahead and go for this one as well.
We'll see what the call is going to be. Here in the second quarter, down 14-6. Titusville comes out of the huddle, and they are going to go for it. They're going to send 2 to the right, single to the left. Check that, single to the right, 2 to the left. Snap to Harvey. Harvey comes up the middle. He's not going to come close. In fact, he may even lose a yard. And that'll be a turnover to the Huskies on a 4th down play. And Titusville turns it over at their own 38-yard line.
Again, penetration up front is just killing us, and we've just got to do a better job up front of keeping them out of our backfield.
So first down and 10 for Harbor Creek at the Titusville 37, so we'll see if this short field comes back to haunt us a little bit. Harbor Creek will send 2 to the right. Cody Smith and Williamson getting their tight end in. Got a man on the wing left. Ball is snapped, given off the tailback straight ahead. Drives on through to the Titusville 32-yard line. I think that's either East or Ennis. We'll check the number when he gets up.
I think that's Nicholson on the tackle for Titusville at the linebacker position. But watch, you can see how the Harbor Creek offensive line has Titusville's defensive line turned to the outside, or put just straight push back, and it's allowing that, not necessarily a hole, but a good 4-yard arc for the running back to tuck himself in behind.
On the snap, given to the quarterback. Smith wants to throw, and he's going to be hit and dropped back about the 44-yard line. So Harbor Creek looking to go on one of their pass plays. Probably the first pass of the night.
Second one.
Second. And quarterback's dropped for a big loss. Brings up 3rd and long.
Remember the conversation we had on the way up here?
I try not to.
Oh, okay.
Which one?
Never mind. The one where we talked about coaches kind of out-coaching themselves.
Yeah.
You've got a ground game that's going and going and going and going. I'm not too sure why you did that.
Yeah.
You went from second.
Power.
Yeah, you had power game going.
Well, you're even coming out of here in this drive with a different set. We haven't stopped the power I yet.
Why would you change?
Yeah. Now they have a single back. They have 2 to the left, 1 to the right on a 3rd down and 17. It's given off the receiver, come to the left side on a jet. He's going to try to come back, and Titusville's going to stop him for a 4th down attempt from about 12. But that's a pretty good gain for Tony Langer Williamson coming out of his slot side.
And Titusville knew it was coming. You're going to see LaRoque right there, but just not able to make the tackle. And then we're turning it back in where we should, but we overran it. Corcoran, I believe it was, overran it, 22. You've got to watch your tackling angles, and we're just not good with that.
Big 4th down play now for Titusville. 4th down and 9 for the Huskies at the Titusville 36. We need to stop here. Get this ball back. Doubles right, single left for the Huskies. Going to throw over to the right side. The ball's knocked down. Nice job by Titusville. Is Jacobson, I believe, get in there.
Does a nice job, and he gets his hands up, and that's what you hear talk about it in the NFL and in college. If you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up, knock the ball down. That's what Jacobson did there. Titusville now returns the favor, gets the ball back on downs.
Faked at him a little bit.
Well,
he's never faked. I mean,
I didn't notice it. Did we lose the shot?
We did.
We did.
Yeah, look at him.
That means he has to buy tonight. Titusville then.
Oh boy, we're all going to Little Caesars.
Or Pittsburgh. First down and 10.
Road trip.
Yeah, road trip. First down Titusville at their own 36. They take over on downs. Doubles to the left, single to the right for the Rockets. Now we put Corcoran in motion to the right. It's given to Corcoran. Tries to get to the outside, and Huskies are not fooled at all. Titusville will probably lose one on the play.
Speaking of food, wow, Titusville Dairy Products Company and Boonies, the wireless mic sponsors for tonight. How about some wings, Bill?
Hey, I'm up for it. You going to order now?
No. We got some time.
We'll call it in later.
Oh, on the way home.
Second down and 11 for Titusville. Lost one on the play.
He wants them now.
I'd rather stop at IHOP. The bowling team will be there.
That's right.
That's right. Trips to the left for Titusville, keeping both ends in tight. High snap. Knapp's looking to throw. Coming to the outside. He's got a man there, Palma, at the 40. Breaks one tackle. Oh, I thought he was going to break the tackle. Gets out to about the 42. Thought he might juke him, Steve, and pick up another five.
He did juke one of the Huskies coming up there to make a tackle. I believe it's 25, Cameron Williamson. He's going to crossing pattern that we get. He cuts back inside. Yeah, Williamson would have missed him, but unfortunately, he also had Hunter Lewis there to grab a hold of his ankles and brought him down.
So it brings up a 3rd and long, Titusville. 3rd down and 5 at the 41 of the Rockets. We'll send 2 to the right. Keep Palma wide left. Knapp looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man in his face. He's going to throw to the outside, too. Nice catch. And that is to Parker Harvey.
That'll be close to
flag down.
Yeah, you have a flag down roughing the passer? Where's the flag?
It's on the reception.
I didn't see a flag.
It was a late one.
Well, it
might have been for the hit at the end.
I thought it was a late hit. Yeah, I thought it was an out-of-bounds hit, but didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. They're going to make the call. We'll see this again on replay. This is a good throw. They're going to see their linebacker comes again, untouched. Nice loft on the ball. Harvey makes the catch. There he's out of bounds.
Yeah, that's the hit.
That's got to, if that's what they're calling, we'll take it, but I'm not sure it should have been thrown.
That's what they're calling a late hit out of bounds. Good thing you saw that, Bill. I didn't even see it. Of course, the flag was thrown from about half court.
Last week was baseball. Tonight's basketball.
Well,
they're going to throw that flag from half court, huh?
I've been reading lately about my Arizona Wildcats, and I'm not reading anything too good with the new investigation.
Who's winning, Cincinnati?
Oh, don't get on my case about that again. Single left, single right for Titusville. 2 tight ends in for the Rockets offense now. To Harvey. Wants to go to the outside. He hurdles one man, and he'll pick up a couple of yards. I think Parker's getting tired of getting hit. And
if in that situation, I'm sure he is, but allow this young man to get ahead of steam going, and he'll drop the shoulders on you. He is a punishing runner, but here again, these linebackers, we're not getting people to him. You can see we're chasing them, not out in front of him. And again, Parker cuts it up. Picks up at least, maybe a yard.
You going to recruit for track?
We might have to.
Yeah, 2nd down and 9. Doubles to the right, single to the left for Titusville. Put a man in motion. That'll be Corcoran. Ball's handed off to Harvey straight through on the right side. He'll pick up maybe 2 more, just shy of the Harbor Creek 35.
Harbor Creek did a nice job of not chasing that jet sweep on that play. The first time we ran it the other direction, I thought maybe they chased a little bit, and I think that's what Titusville coaches saw too. This time, both the defensive tackle and the linebacker on that left side of that defense stayed at home and waited for Parker to show up.
Yeah, this is crazy.
6:23 to go here in the first half at Harbor Creek, 14-6. The Huskies on top. Titusville with a pretty good drive going right now. We'll see if we can conclude it, though. We're at the Harbor Creek 36. Trips left now for Titusville. Knapp wanting to throw. rolling to his right now. Going to pull it down and try to run up the field. Tried to look to his left side. Everybody was covered, so he just pulled down and took it to the other side. But we're going to lose maybe 1 or 2 on the play and bring up a 4th and 11.
And he's looking to his left. There isn't anybody open there. Then he goes to the right, tries to cut up, and he gets caught. And there again, we can see that the defensive lineman's getting off the blocks and in pursuit. And we're just not able to hold that. That split second is all we need. We just can't seem to get it.
So it's 4th down and 11. Harbor Creek now wanting to get the stop. Knapp looking to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's caught by Corcoran. I'm not sure.
No.
They say no.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I thought it hit the ground too. A nice effort by Riley Corcoran, but would have been enough for the first down, but it touched the ground.
Well, let's just take a little look-see here and see whether or not this ball does.
Yeah, it does.
And lays out really well to catch that. Yeah, it does. It bounces back up into his.
That's a good effort by Riley.
That's an excellent effort there by Riley to try to come down with that ball. That would have been a big play for Titusville.
So Titusville turn it over, 1st down and 10 to the Huskies. And they'll be at the Husky 39-yard line with 5:18 left to go in the first half. Huskies leading. Now they're back to the power I. To the tailback, driving straight ahead. Ball breaks over 1 tackle, drives out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. And I believe that's East once again, as Tyler East coming out of that strong power I formation. Picks up about 7 on the play. 2nd down and 3.
Apparently they listened to us.
Yeah,
because they're right back into the power I and they're running between the tackles. And we're just not able to bunch that up at the line of scrimmage.
Tyler East is a junior, 5'10", 180. Strong running back. This time the Huskies will send Williamson wide to the right and Elijah Williamson to the left. But they give it off the tailback straight through across the 50, the 45 of Titusville down to about the 43. Just power up left side.
And this is just straight flat ahead, smack you in the mouth, open a hole, and watch them run. And that's exactly what Harbor Creek is able to do so far in this drive. And again, they went back to this power running game that they're doing. And you can see where their linemen are getting out and pushing linebackers out of the way. So their linemen are able to get to our linebackers and open the hole and keep that second tier clean as well.
Doubles to the left for the Huskies, singles to the right. Now they have a single in the backfield, and they give it to East. He drives ahead inside the 40 to about the 39, 38-yard line. Bring up short. 2nd down and maybe 5 or 6.
Harvey and Caleb Dunlap making the tackle there, but again, these are very successful running plays. 5 yards plus is a major success for a ground game, and that's what they're chewing up 5 yards at a time right now.
Doubles come to the right side for the Huskies. Back to the power I. To the tailback East, comes off the right side, and nice job by Titusville that time as Nicholson makes the hit and drops him for maybe a yard gain, bring up a 3rd and short.
And that was a nice recovery from Nicholson. You can see him take off right at the snap of the ball. He's coming up the field on a blitz, does a nice job of finding the ball carrier, reacting to it, and bringing him down.
Got some help from Jacobson. 3rd down and 4 for the Huskies. 3:11 left to go in the half. Harbor Creek 14, Titusville 6. Smith brings the play in from the coach. Ball is at the Titusville 36-yard line. Doubles right for the Huskies. They got a man in the wing left. On the snap to the tailback, straight ahead, East. Picks up about 3 on the play. Brings up a 4th down and 1.
And again, Nicholson now is going to get a real workout. The middle linebacker for the Titusville Rockets. As they're running now, they're just going straight ahead in between the guards, and that's all middle linebacker position right there. And he's going to come in here, drop the shoulders to make the tackle, and that's tough to do, but you've got to do it as that middle linebacker.
So 4th down and 1 now for the Huskies. They send Cody Smith wide to the left. Williamson comes wide right. They go back to the power I. One of our tailback. Oh, the quarterback sneak straight ahead. And it appears as they have it. The linesmen are running in. see where they spot. And they're going to have to measure?
No, they're going to give him the first down.
First down.
Yep. First down and 10, Harbor Creek now. They're at the Titusville 31-yard line. Doubles to the right this time for the Huskies. Man in the wing left. To the tailback. Straight ahead. Still driving. Hit the 25. Cuts to the outside. He's at the 20. Down inside the 15 to about the 12.
Parkland had him. Let him go.
Boy, that's a good run. This kid runs well. Tyler East just running right through it, Steve.
Yeah, he is. We're not helping ourselves. We're getting to him, I think. You're going to see coming through here. There's penetration. Right there we have, I think it's Corkland. There, wraps him up. He just spins away and gets away from him. You got to hit, wrap, and hold on. We're just not doing it right now. Tackling, again, an issue for Titusville's defense.
First down and 10 from the 11-yard line for the Huskies. To East, drives ahead at the 10 and gets down to about the 6. Pick up about 5 on the play, bring up a second down and 5.
Edwards on the tackle, but again, they're getting 5 yards a pop on it. Now it looks like we're going to have a timeout called by Titusville.
1:14 to go in the half. It's 14-6. The ball's down to the 6-yard line. Big, strong drive here by Harbor Creek. Steve, this could be a killer here.
Well,
they get the ball.
They get the ball to start the second half, and so it's a backbreaker that way. But Titusville's got to figure out how to adjust to this power ground game, and these guys are just running straight at you. And so far, I haven't seen anything as far as an extra. Do you consider going from a 4-man front to a 5-man front, or do you bring in somebody else and put them in the middle to try to anchor the center of that defense? You got to do something here to get this ground game stopped, because otherwise they're just going to run it right down your throats every time they have the ball.
One of the problems you get into, I don't know football. You've played football, but in coaching.
But you're announcing it.
Yeah, but I announce it, sort of. But in basketball, there's a certain amount of adjustments you can make. But these are high school kids, so if you haven't worked on a 3-4 or a 5-2 or something of that type, can you just throw it in here and expect them to adjust?
I guess
maybe they worked on it. I don't know.
It could be, kind of a basic thing is, do you make such an adjustment as bring in a 5-man front and play the gaps? See if they can adjust, their offensive line can adjust to the blocking of a 5-man front, or go to a 3-man front with whatever it is that you have possibly available to you. And Titusville may not, but you got to do something here. Something's got to change, or this is going to get to be a very long ball game for Titusville real quick.
Or maybe a very short ball game.
Well, it's going to be a short ball game anyway, because neither team's going to throw the ball much.
It was like that with Corey.
Yeah, very much so.
Ball's given off to the tailback, driving straight ahead, and he's met at the line, and I don't think he got anything. That's the best defensive ever we've seen tonight for Titusville.
Real nice surge by the Rockets that time.
Yeah,
we had some backers. I think Nicholson was in the backfield, I think, and Jackson came up quick. Now that's Edwards.
54.
Yeah, Jacobson, nice job by him to get some penetration. It's nice to see a lineman getting penetration, but good fill by some other people for the Rocket defense.
And Edwards also. 43 seconds left to go in the half. Doubles to the right for Harbor Creek. Man in the wing left. Now they put man in motion to the left. To the tailback, and he's going to be hitting. He's strung out, and he's not going to get anything.
This reminds me of the first series that Harbor Creek ran here. Their first series, it was a 3-and-out. You took them out of their power game here by putting them into second or third and long. Now we got linebackers like that's LaRoque coming in there to shoot in the gap and making a tackle, or almost making a tackle. I'd like to see him actually bring them down, but that's a good play for somebody who's not been in that position very much this year.
And his clock is running.
They're going to call timeout and kick a field goal.
Take a field goal, okay. 2 seconds left at halftime, and they're going to go ahead and take the field goal on 4th down and 5. You got the kicker to do that. Not a bad idea.
No, it's not, because you lost some yardage there. I think they might have been more tempted to go for it if they were inside the 5, but they've lost a couple of yards there. It's 4th down now, and they're at about the 7-yard line. And they got a good field goal kicker. This kid has a good leg on him. We watched him. I thought he had capabilities of 40 yards. 40 to 45 is what he was showing us in pregame. So now, granted, there's a big difference between pregame
and somebody running in your face
and somebody coming after you. So, but again, this is not a 40-yard field goal. So,
JT Bratt is their kicker. He's 5'6", 165. He's a senior, and he'll be coming in, and they'll be teeing it up. Well, it's at the 7, so it'll be 17
maybe they won't, because I don't. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
I didn't see him run onto the field there.
So it'd be about from the 14, so about 24-yard. 24-yard attempt.
Yep.
And everything has to work right. Snap, hold, and kick.
And now
Titusville's going to take another timeout.
Here comes the game.
It's great cereal, by the way. Is that Rice Krispies?
Timeout?
No. What did you say? Before this.
I don't know.
What did he say, Bill? Snap?
Pop.
Oh, I just said a snap and a hold.
I'll tell you. Oh, in timeout, I thought he was going to have a heart. Man,
you guys, see, you're going the assumption, Luke, that I listen to myself. I don't listen to a thing I say because I know it's always.
That's good because nobody else does either.
But I make big money at it.
That's right. That's right.
I think Bill's out of range too from us. He's pretty far away.
Yeah, that is one of the things about this stadium is it's a nice thing though, but the stands are spread out because you've got the track circle in the field, and they've given themselves plenty of room on the field too.
Well, and then you get these. We're up pretty high from the field because of the seating. The bleachers.
Do you hear me now?
Oh yes, Bill.
Coach was hollering, "Timeout! Timeout! Timeout!"
Yeah.
And I didn't know if he was going to.
2 seconds left to go in a half as the Huskies come out now to attempt a 24-yard field goal. Straight on. So we'll see if Titusville can get a little bit of a rush here. Put a little pressure, maybe gets us to go astray. Good snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick looks good from here.
That's
and
good.
it is. So the half will come to an end, and Harbor Creek will punch 3 more on the board. They'll go in at halftime leading the Titusville Rockets 17-6. We'll be back with halftime activities and conversations right after these messages.
Are you moving at the speed of business? File transfers, multiple locations, video chat. Companies these days are using more data than ever, and it's got to be fast. With gigabit internet from Armstrong Business Solutions, you can keep up with a pack no matter what size your company is. We can provide your business a reliable connection to our advanced fiber optic network with speeds from 100 megs up to 10 gigs per second. Get your business in the fast lane. Armstrong Business Solutions. Your business is our business.
Community Connect Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit, member-owned financial institution, and becoming a member is pretty easy. Stop in, call, or visit our website at communityconnectfcu.com and click Join to get started. Ask about our money market accounts, low-interest loans on new and used vehicles, or start saving for the holidays with a Christmas Club account. Visit us today to get started. We're Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street, Titusville. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home is dedicated to providing the highest level of service to Titusville and surrounding communities. Our family and staff continues the tradition started by Gordon B. Garrett in 1965, treating our clients with care and respect. Since then, we have grown, now in our 3rd generation and in 2 locations, 303 North Washington Street and 203 East Main Street, Titusville. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, a history of tradition and commitment to excellence. Interstate Pipe and Supply is proud to announce their celebration of 50 years in business. Holding true to their motto, service means business, they offer a full knowledgeable staff, full fleet of trucks, and large product offering. They are not just a plumbing location, but a one-stop shop assisting homeowners and contractors quickly and efficiently. They have been a primary pipe supplier in Titusville for 40-plus years. Good luck to the Titusville Rockets this year, and thank you for making Interstate Titusville's premier pipe supplier.
And welcome to the Anderson Physical Therapy, Clifford's Carpets and Waterbeds halftime show. It is homecoming here at Harbor Creek. This is 3 weeks in a row for us, guys, having a homecoming game. Corey, Titusville last week and Harbor Creek tonight.
And well, I will see. Well, we won't. We're going to be home, so our homecoming's over. So this might be our last homecoming of the year.
This is our last homecoming game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Now that makes sense.
Finally, I said something that makes sense.
We're just not used to it, Steve. That's all.
Caught him off guard up here, Bill. I'm telling you. Hey, a tough first half, Steve. We started out really well, and our first series we picked up a couple first downs and then went 3 and out. But the second series had the long pass to Corcoran, set up really nice by the run, and well thrown ball. And but the meantime, Harbor comes back with this really strong power offense, and it just ran right against us, right down our throats. And as you mentioned, it's the same thing that Corey did. So whether or not they scouted us at Corey or not, I don't know, but they certainly found an adjustment in their offense by going to the power eye and running right down our throat.
Yeah, they're getting an extra backer with the fullback, and so you've got a power game going against Titusville, and we're just not able to get off of blocks well enough to get penetration up front or to just stuff the hole.
Yeah.
I don't think, from what I've seen so far, I'm not afraid of Harbor Creek's perimeter game. I don't think they're going to outrun us to the edges. I don't think they're any faster than we are. Right now, they're just punching us straight up the middle, and we just can't fight off the blocks or stuff holes, and that's going to be the adjustment that Titusville's going to have to make in this second half. I think if Titusville can play better defense on first and second down, get them into 3rd and 7 or 2nd and 10 even, make them get Harbor Creek out of their power running game, make them try to go wide, or better yet, have them try to throw the ball, Titusville's chances of winning this ball game are going to increase a lot.
Well, one of the things we have seen that Harbor Creek doesn't do, and that's throw the ball. So if you can close up that middle and stop this running game up the middle, and you mentioned force them to throw the ball, because you said they probably can't get outside on us, then you can change their whole game plan. But it's all going to be keyed on whether or not we can stop this power formation.
Yeah, and we're going to have to figure out how to get into the gaps a little quicker. Again, every time they seem to try to go outside off the tackles or outside, our outside backers are able to guess or see the hole, fill the hole, and make a play. But inside, we're having trouble doing that, and that's what's going to have to happen. That in between the tackles, in between the guards, even the holes right there have to be filled. We're just not able to do it.
You know, there's a thing that'll happen here too. Luke, you talked to the coach. He mentioned the importance of this game, but also, well, in your interview with the coach, that was you, Luke, because you missed that before pregame. I don't know what we're doing here, Steve.
I'm not too sure either.
But anyway, he mentioned the importance of this game. What's the carryover, Steve? We'll leave Luke sleep here. What's the carryover going into next week's game if we lose this one? Because then mentally, you're pretty much taking yourself out of any regional playoff.
If you lose this game tonight, you've taken yourself pretty much out of playoff contention, probably mathematically eliminated as far as that goes too, depending upon what happens in some other ball games. And so it leaves you with 2 to 3 games coming into the end of the year, just as kind of going through the motions is what I'm afraid you'll see. So it's crucial that they come back here in this second half and get some yards, get some touchdowns here, because they're going to have to win this game to set themselves up.
We're about halfway through, not a third of the way through homecoming here activities, and Brian DeFonso is with us from the Titusville paper and has some stats. Do I want to hear them?
Well, actually, there's something to be said about efficiency, gentlemen, and that's what the Harbor Creek Huskies, I think, have done so far tonight, because really, when you talk about the number of plays, Titusville's run 29 offensive plays. The Harbor Creek Huskies have only run 25, but, a couple of key stats in there. Their running back, East, has carried the ball for 18 times for 131 yards, 2 touchdowns, and of course that's a big reason why the Huskies have a 17-6 lead over the Titusville Rockets. For the Titusville Rockets, they had 189 total yards in the first half, 3 first downs, had 1 penalty for 15 yards, no fumbles, 0 lost. Parker Harvey, I've got him 12 carries for about 39 yards. Of course, the big play being the
big pass play from the freshman quarterback, Mr. Knapp, going to Riley Corkland for 57 yards, being the only scorer for Titusville. So, yeah, gentlemen, at times it looks like the Rockets want to compete here, but, you know, they got to more consistently wrap up, and I think some positioning, I think, also has something to do with it. But I will say this, gentlemen, I've been away for a couple weeks. It is kind of nice to be back.
Well, it's good to have you back again. And again, we're sorry for your loss and your father.
Well, thank you very much. I heard from Lucas during the week. I certainly appreciated hearing from him and a lot of others in the Titusville community. Thank you very much. We went to a lot of these games over the years, so it's almost like coming home again. But thanks, gentlemen. And, hey, I came up with a new system. You notice I got the stuff done a little quicker this time around.
I did. I see that.
I think I'm getting with the times here, gentlemen. It only took me 52 years, but I think I'm here. But
well, I'm 78, and they're still trying to get rid of me, so you got a few years to go.
But here, guys, you know, this first drive of the second half, I think, is going to speak volumes as to what's going to happen the rest of the ball game. If Titusville can get a stop and get a score, maybe we make things interesting. But I'll tell you what, number 29 for Harbor Creek is really hard to bring down. And kind of like us with Titusville with Parker Harvey, man, that's their bread and butter, and they're not afraid to use it.
It's working well for them. 12 minutes left to go here in halftime, and halftime brought to you by Anderson Physical Therapy and Clifford's Carpet and Waterbeds. And we'll be back with more halftime right after this.
Whoever said it's only a dog never loved a dog. Our philosophy is simple. We treat every dog as if it were our own, and believe us, we spoil our dogs. When dogs are comfortable, they're happy. The Barking Lot in Titusville is ready to make your dog happy by offering grooming services, daycare, and boarding. Call today to schedule an appointment, or better yet, stop in and discover a stranger, crazier, quirkier group of dog lovers at the Barking Lot in Titusville.
So, State Farm will be here to help protect our home.
Of course.
What about here?
Yep. Nice.
Okay. Here?
Who wants tinfoil in the microwave?
Here? Here? Here?
Feels a little awkward.
A little. Here?
You too.
So cold.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
It's Joe Taylor Ford's 17th anniversary, and we are celebrating all month long. Get 0% APR for 72 months plus 1,000 Ford credit bonus cash on a new 2018 Ford Escape, Edge, and Explorer. Or get 0% APR for 60 months plus 2,800 additional savings off MSRP on a new 2018 Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT with 2.7-liter V6 EcoBoost. Make sure you take advantage of Joe Taylor Ford's top-of-the-line lifetime warranty on all new cars. Thank you for 17 great years.
Anderson Physical Therapy is committed to your long-term health and well-being. With certified licensed therapists, Andersons can provide therapy for all your rehabilitation needs. With offices located at 202 Union Street in Titusville and 118 Main Street, Ute, Anderson looks forward to opening their new location in Cambridge Springs, making it convenient for you to get back to doing the things you enjoy. So stay on top of your game with Anderson Physical Therapy, with convenient locations in Northwest Pennsylvania and online 24/7 at andersonphysicaltherapy.net.
And welcome back to the Anderson Physical Therapy, Clifford's Carpets and Waterbeds halftime show. We're going to get some scores from Steve here. Rockets trailed the Huskies 17-6. Big shocker in there.
Well,
you want to start with that or want to wait?
Well, we're going to kind of look at this here a little bit. There's some expected things here. One of the things that's surprising is Eisenhower and Reynolds. They're at the third quarter. There's 0-0 tie. That I kind of didn't expect. West Middlesex is up on Cambridge Springs, but only 7-0. Franklin Maplewood, this is being reported as a first quarter score, 14-7 Franklin. That's an interesting one here. Then this one here, I didn't believe it, so I blew it up on my phone. I clicked on it, double-clicked on it, kept drawing it up. Union City 12, Mercyhurst Prep 7. I I've looked at that a couple of different times.
Are you on preps or?
No, that's Union City. My phone says Union City 12, Mercyhurst Prep 7. That's an interesting little.
We'll try it on an S7 phone.
We'll turn that in here in a little
Might
bit.
be an Apple.
He's excited.
But here, Conneaut, Ohio, and Sharpsville, one of the better teams too in the area. They're in a 14-14 tie.
I'm interested
in that game.
I'm interested in the was it the Cache Grove City game?
Grove City's not playing Cache. Grove City is playing Sharon, and that's a big ball game down there in that area.
Cache is Slippery Rock, then, right?
Yeah, I think so. Grove City up on Sharon in the second, 21-7. Fairview is beating Corey 17-12. Girard is beating Northeast 27-12. And I'm looking for that. No, Oil City and Meadville are playing. And Oil City is up on that ball game 28-8. General McLean 21-6 over Warren. But again, we'll keep an eye on that ball game. That would be a huge upset if Union City were to walk away in that one and have a win.
I told you. You're like, oh, nothing surprises me.
Really, very, very surprising there. And Union City is a good football team. We're not trying to take anything away from Union City, but it's Mercyhurst Prep, Union City. We'll keep an eye on that one. Again, 12-7 in the second quarter.
Was that? Did they play Maplewood last week?
I don't know.
We talked about Union City last week.
Union City,
we did.
They played tough last week. They won.
I think maybe it was Maplewood that they played. I'm not 100% sure of that, but that's really surprising.
Is that game down at Union City?
No, I
think it's up in Erie.
I think it's in Erie here. I think it's for prep in Erie.
Even bigger.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's might be one of those nights. Titusville can come back here and put a couple of touchdowns on the board. They could very easily win this ball game. Like I said, if we can just stop that ground game.
Well, and I think Brian alluded to it, and we talked about it a little bit right there at the very end of the second quarter. It's the kickoff goes to Harbor Creek. They get the ball first, and it's a case of whether or not we can really put something together and put a stop to it. So we're going to find out real quick if they're able to make the adjustments, and not only make the adjustments, can the kids execute the adjustments. So
right.
It's going to be important.
Wireless Mike tonight is brought to you by Titusville Dairy Products Company and by Boonies. Wings just sound good. Bill, anything changed from sorry, I'm hungry.
I see that.
I missed lunch today.
Boonies, and the wings sound good.
Oh, don't they?
Well, yeah, they do. But
it's a new slogan for them. Boonies, and the wings sound good.
Yeah. Bill sounds good down on the wireless mic when we are able to pick him up. He's covering a lot of ground tonight. Bill, anything changed down the field since pregame to now?
Not that I know of. Both teams are still in the locker rooms. I'll tell you what, guys. If we can just throw the ball, I'm looking for Titusville to come out when they get their chance on the ball again and maybe throw the thing. Parker Harvey's getting really, I don't want to say upset by being stopped as much as he's been.
Frustrated?
No blocking, but frustrated, yeah. But you can see it down here with him. The last time he had the ball, carried the ball, he got up and slammed the ball on the ground. And he just...
What was the situation with the coaches? Did they get a flag?
Over here on the sideline?
Yeah.
They got a sideline warning again. Everybody's up. There's a yellow line here, and all the players and everybody, coaches, have to stay behind this yellow line. And so the referee can run up and down the sidelines, and along with the marker guys. And we just got in the way.
Adam's following you right now, Bill, so you're sort of demonstrating this for us. Where have the coaches been?
Probably be out in here.
Okay. Are you noticing that on the other side as well, or are they staying behind that yellow line?
Well, they haven't got called for it. I haven't seen it over there. We've got a down at home, too. Everybody gets excited. They want to stand out and watch the plays.
Sure.
Yeah, you work your way out there. It's kind of like the old days in PIAA basketball. You couldn't get off the bench, and then they allowed us off the bench, and that was a big mistake.
Yeah.
It's no wonder Larry Joe was telling us here a couple of weeks ago at prep that they can't get officials. They let us coaches off the bench, which means we could travel up and down. They had the referee's ear all the time, So, Mr. Zebra.
Well, we watched that at Sagertown when Sagertown ran that touchdown. Yeah. The coach running right up beside him.
Yeah,
that was fun to watch.
And I saw that happen last year with Penn State. Penn State had a long play, and Franklin was almost as quick as the running.
Yeah,
running along the sideline. It's kind of fun to watch.
You can go down from the 25 to the 25.
Really?
It's marked out here,
Yeah. Wow. Well, that gives you a lot of time to talk with the official, and I was talking to one official, Chip Burns from Titusville, and he said it's quite an interesting job to be a linesman in high school football. He said you get a lot of good conversation and a lot of advice going up and down that sideline as an official. So.
Yeah, but you're also away from the crowd, so you're not hearing, like in basketball, I keep thinking about those guys, you hear everybody, right? Or in wrestling, it's a little quieter, and it's...
Well, it's contained.
Right, it is.
It's all contained. It's enclosed. There's no place for that noise to go, so it just sits in there and it starts to echo. And I've always been of the mind of this: if you're an official and you're good at it, you don't have to worry about it.
No, that's true. And when I officiated, that's the way it was. I never heard a thing.
You never officiated.
Oh, I officiated every game.
But you know, and we talk about it, and we talked about the officiating. And here it's 17-6 Huskies, but one of their touchdowns, with a missed hold call.
Missed hold call. Absolutely.
And that's that could be a huge deal here in the second half.
It's like I tell them guys when I talk to the referees before the game. Hey, we're on live TV, and we have instant replay.
No wonder we get so many.
You're making friends fast then.
And we ain't afraid to use it.
That's what I told them.
And now you heard the rest of the story.
Hey, Bill, next time you need to say, and who's your boss, so we can send the tape to him when we're done.
I will. I'll see him.
Hey, listen, you can go up to the booth and review that play, and you'll see where you missed this. And if he's not sure, we will be more than happy to point it out.
That's what I told him. I said, hey, I'm sure that the guys up above will let me know if you missed a play. So you better be on your toes.
You know, I was listening. I don't know if it was Rich Eisen's show or Dan Patrick's, but they had a retired official on, and he said the problem is you're going to really slow up the game if you keep going up to the replays. He said that's why only make it for select few things. But if you make it for everything, I mean, you're going to be adding lots and lots of time to each game.
Yeah, I personally don't like the replays, but that's I'm old-fashioned. You got the guys out there making the call.
I don't either. But at the same token, if you do that in this time, in this day and age, as we talked to in the last ball game, having trouble getting officials. So if you're running into a group of bad officials and you can't flush them out of the system, that also is detrimental to your game. So I'm not too sure which way is the best way to go.
All right, guys, final timeout. We have second half action heading your way in just a moment. 17-6 here at the half. And that's going to wrap up our Anderson Physical Therapy, Clifford's Carpets and Waterbeds halftime show. Second half action coming up next.
Nothing says community more than local sports. Cheering on our favorite teams while our young athletes learn about hard work, teamwork, and building character. At Homerwood, community begins with our employees. Those same traits we look for in our athletes are the same characteristics we look for in our employees. And it shows in the quality of our products that we're proud to stand behind and on. From our employees and their families, we say thank you for making us part of your community. Go Rockets!
Hospital partners, Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital together provide a continuum of high-quality care across Crawford County. Both create the ultimate patient experience. Every patient, every time. Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital are more than a hospital. We are a hospital partner, a community partner, a family partner, and a health partner.
Fall and football go hand in hand, just like yards and the products made by Steel. At Titusville TrueValue, we offer a full selection of Steel chainsaws, pole saws, leaf blowers, weed eaters, and hedge trimmers to prepare your yard for fun this fall. So get the full lineup of Steel's equipment so the chores are out of the way so you can go out to play. Steel, available now at your Titusville TrueValue. Behind every good project is your Titusville TrueValue. Anderson Physical Therapy is committed to your long-term health and well-being. With certified licensed therapists, Andersons can provide therapy for all your rehabilitation needs. With offices located at 202 Union Street in Titusville and 118 Main Street, Ute, Anderson looks forward to opening their new location in Cambridge Springs, making it convenient for you to get back to doing the things you enjoy. So stay on top of your game with Anderson Physical Therapy, with convenient locations in Northwest Pennsylvania and online 24/7 at AndersonPhysicalTherapy.net.
And welcome back to Harbor Creek, Paul J. White's Stadium. Our coverage of Titusville Rocket football this season is made possible by these great sponsors: State Farm Insurance, Oil Creek Plastics, Interstate Pipe and Supply, Larry's Auto Service, TrueValue Hardware, Armstrong, Anderson Physical Therapy, Titusville Dairy Products Company, Meadville Medical Center, Titusville Area Hospital, Joe Taylor Ford, The Barking Lot, Community Connect Federal Credit Union, the Gordon P. Garrett Funeral Home, Homerwood, Clifford's Carpets and Waterbeds, Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning, Family Video, and Corky's Pizza and Subs. And just a reminder, right after the game, we'll have your Corky's Pizza Family Video Player of the Game. It is a Friday, guys, obviously. A couple things, though. Kids didn't have school today, and the kids missed practice Tuesday because of weather.
Now, this weather thing's getting out of hand. Yeah. You know, okay, so the winds are up there, and you might have a tornado here and a tornado there. It's just football season. Get them on the field. Come on. What is, next thing you know, we'll all be playing soccer, for crying out loud.
And that was brought to you by.
Yeah.
Hey,
my wife will be sending the hate mail this week.
Yeah. You know, I mean, very quickly, you talk about just being a Paul J. White's Field, former astronaut for America. That's something I've always wanted to do. I thought, what an exciting life to be a pilot and an astronaut. Until last month or so, when I found out that there was a hole in the space station, and then I read a little bit later that it was put there intentionally. Yeah. So I'm thinking, nah, I don't think I want to be up there with those boys, and so that kind of, they didn't invite me, but I
can't.
I thought somebody up there punching holes in a space station doesn't make me want to fly very quickly.
Well, the other thing is, who's the guy that's doing that? And are they doing it from the inside or the outside?
Oh, all right, getting back to football, Titusville will have to kick off to Harbor Creek, down 17-6. So, as been mentioned here several times, this is a very important part of the ball game for Titusville. You know, we back to basketball real quick. Steve, I've always told the kids the last 4 minutes of the second quarter, the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, very critical. 8 minutes of a ball game. In fact, we won a lot of ball games during that 8 minutes because the other team's getting tired. You put the pressure on at the end, etc.
And then you jump on them coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, you jump on them coming out of the locker room. Same thing holds true here. So Titusville's really got to jump defensively on Harbor Creek and get a stop here, keep them out of the scoring position, and then do something offensively.
Yeah, you've got to get a stop here, preferably a 3-and-out, or better yet, even again, the turnovers. We talked about the lack of turnovers with Titusville's defense, not being able to create the fumbles.
Harvey to kick off for Titusville. The kick is going to be taken at the 15. Coming out to the outside, breaking to the outside, the 30, and knocked out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and a flag down right off the get-go.
That was a good throw by that official. He hit the
ball.
I'm not too sure which one he hit, whether he hit the kid from Harbor Creek or the kid from Titusville, but he bounced it off of him pretty good. Yeah, that'll probably be a hold or a block in the back, I'll bet.
Yeah, it's going back towards Harbor Creek.
And here's, you know, with you got to take advantage of this penalty for Titusville's defense. It's going to move them back deep. You want to get a 3-and-out here, get good field position.
And it will see when they come up here, and there's they call a block in the back there.
I think it's a hold, though.
Yeah.
I think as Nicholson tried to keep, and he did a nice job of containing the outside. I think just the hold.
So Harbor Creek will take over first down and 10 after the penalty. It's at their own 20-yard line. They send single to the right, single to the left on the wideouts. And they go back to the power I set, both ends in tight. Smith to the tailback, driving straight ahead. And he's going to be hit and dropped. Nice job by Nicholson. No gain.
Again, that's what we talked about during halftime is, you got to do something. Your linebackers are going to have to get more active. Nicholson's the middle linebacker. You can see guard misses him. He does a nice job. The guard missed him completely. That's what he's going to have to do is make those tackles at the line of scrimmage.
Parker Harvey come up there and knocking some people around and kind of messing up the run too. Again, singles both sides. Stay in the power I do the Huskies. Smith under center to the tailback off to the right side, and he is hit and dropped after a gain of about 2. But good job out there again by Titusville.
Again, that's Nicholson, I believe, at middle linebacker, shooting a gap and making a tackle. And this is what we talked about now. Here's your opportunity to shut them out here. It's 3rd and 9. You've got them in down and distance that they're not comfortable in. Defense has to make a play here, force the punt.
Just underway here, second half at Harbor Creek, 17-6. Harbor Creek on top. Harbor Creek coming out with a 3rd down and 9 at their own 21. Now they'll send doubles to the right. Now the backs will be split as the quarterback, Smith, goes into shotgun, looking to throw, coming up the right side. Pass is going to be complete at the 20 and driven out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. And that'll bring up a 4th down and about 8 or 7 for Harbor Creek. Then they'll have to punt it away.
That's a good job here by the defense. I think that's Laird Stover out there. Now, Parker Harvey, one of the adjustments is he's into a true linebacker position now in the Titusville defense, trying to get some more muscle up there to stop that ground game. And was successful here. They've got to worry about him now, and Nicholson has been free. But there's a good job by Laird Stover out there on an island by himself. Just let the receiver catch it, but don't let him advance the ball.
Landon Palmer standing back at his own 40-yard line to receive this punt. So a good 3 and out for Titusville. So now can we do something offensively? Kick's going off to the left side. Palmer comes up. He takes it at the 43-yard line. Breaks up across midfield, gets to the outside, and then he's going to be dropped at about the 48-yard line of Harbor Creek. So decent field position for Titusville to get their first offensive series underway.
Well, we're on their side of the field right off the bat. We're at the Harbor Creek 48-yard line. So you got what you wanted defensively. Now offensively, you've got to capitalize on this field position.
So Titusville takes over 1st down and 10. Their first possession offensively of the second half. Down 17-6. Really need to get some motion and get some scoring in here this 3rd quarter.
It's about where they were when they scored the last time.
Yeah, it was about this area of the field.
Trips to the right, single to the left for Titusville. Knapp looking to throw. He's got a man going deep. He's there and just
underthrew it just a little bit.
Yeah.
If he leads Landon Palmer with that pass, if he throws that thing out there, let Landon Palmer run under it, it's a touchdown.
Just come up a little bit short, gave the defense a chance to close on it.
See, and that's one of those two. We talked about this last week where it seems like the ball was kind of loose in his hand. Yeah. That one there kind of gave me the same feeling that he just didn't quite have the grip on the ball he needed to get the ball out for Palmer.
2nd down and 10. Titusville now will send Jackson left, Palmer right. 2 in the backfield now for Titusville. A little different look. Here comes the Harvey trying to get to the outside. There's going to be nothing there. They string it out and come up and close down and bring up a 3rd and 10. Absolutely nothing there.
Nothing there. That was well played there by Matt Stenger. Number 5, he comes up from, I believe, the corner position, does a nice job of stringing that out. And again, both teams having trouble getting the edges. Titusville have been a little bit successful when they get to the edge, but there they do a nice job of stringing out the play.
Brings up a 3rd down and 11 at 9:40 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Titusville down by 11. Stover and Corcoran. And I believe LaRoque go wide left. Palmer wide right. So trips to the left, signal to the right. Knapp to throw, looking over the middle. Looking to Palmer, and it's in and out of his hands over the top, incomplete at about the 38-yard line. So we'll bring up a 4th down for Titusville, and we'll see what coach wants to do. He's going to punt.
I would too for the field position, but let's take a look here and see, because I think this ball should have been caught. Yeah,
pretty high.
It was high. Palmer was looking for a flag there, but I don't think there was any contact. I was looking for maybe possibly a hand on the jersey, but Harbor Creek doing a nice job on that play.
Parker Harvey now will be doing the kicking for Titusville. Get it away about his 14. Williamson standing back at about his 15. Checked at the 40 to the 15. Nice punt by Parker.
Go
yeah,
get on
touch.
it,
Got to get on him. Picked
There's
up.
a block in the back. There's a flag, not called.
Williamson comes out across the 15, still on his feet.
There's another block in the back.
20, the 22, to the 23, and brought down finally at the 23.
The 2 blocks, the Titusville coaches are probably going ballistic over. Rerun.
We can hear them, actually.
Yeah, it's a good thing we muted his mic because I'm not too sure how they'll be real pleasant about this. I wouldn't be, I know that. We've talked about this before. These are the type of plays that can change a game if they do their jobs. Here you see the muff punt is back right here, boom, on Isaac Jackson. That's that's half the distance from the 7-yard line. And then coming up here, you're going to see a crackback block. Right there is a block in the back. That's a legal hit there, too. So you've got 2 of them there. Neither one of them called.
I got one ref down here says I didn't see anything.
Yeah, he didn't.
Evidently.
Power I formation. Check that. It goes to the tailback, and he's hitting wrapped up and dropped. Gain of about 1 on the play, maybe.
I like what they've done here. They've brought Parker Harvey up into that left out. Well, he's going to rotate side to side, I think. But they brought Parker Harvey up into a linebacker position between he and Nicholson. They're going to push up on that line of scrimmage and not give them any chance to get things going. And so far, it's worked well for Titusville.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. But you're right about these penalties. That really makes a big difference. You get the ball
You'd
now.
have them backed up. Yeah, they'd be inside the 5.
Yeah, they're at the 24 instead. Doubles to the left now for Harbor Creek out of shotgun. Looking to throw. Smith looking to his left side. He's going to try to come deep to the left side. Ball's in the air, and it is complete at the 49-yard line of Titusville. Landon Palmer on defense for Titusville, unable to make the
That's Isaac
play.
Jackson on defense. He's not in bad position. You're going to see right here, it's on the near side. He's turned and run. Now turn your head. You see him looking, turn your head. If he turns around and sees that ball while he's running, he can make a better play in the ball instead of just sticking the hand up there. A good catch there by the receiver. Cody Smith, I think, number 4. Nice job there. Again, just didn't go our way. Had an opportunity, just didn't quite get it.
1st down and 10, Harbor Creek at the Titusville 47.
I've seen that.
Harbor Creek. Quarterback keeps up the middle, and he's going to be hit and dropped. I think that was Smith. It might have been a direct snap from the Wildcat. It was.
Well, it's interesting, too, and I'm trying to see who's coming up here for Titusville. We got good penetration from somebody there. I believe Jade Bush came in here, but watch this. Do we have it back even just a little bit even before the snap? I'm looking at the formation because a little bit more if we have it. No, we don't. Watch their formation. It looks like they've got a lineman. See how they got people tucked up tight now behind their guards?
Yeah, they're on 2 wings, 1 on each side, and it's like a single wing straight direct snap to East, and East takes it up across inside the Titusville 40 to about the 37, 38. So, yeah, they're running that. We saw that with Corey did the same thing to us. They stacked them on one side.
Except they brought in linemen.
Yeah, they did.
They would bring linemen in there. We still have an opportunity here. Get a stop here. 4th down and make them decide whether or not they want to go for it or whether they want to play the field position game. You know, the funny thing about this is, they get this pass play for the 1st down. It sets them up here really well. But if they'd have called that penalty and it had been 3rd and 9 from inside the 5.
After the mark is a 1st down.
After the mark, it's a 1st down?
Yeah.
Okay. But the point is, would they have made the pass if they're in their end zone? So it's those type of things are just killers.
Williamson and Smith go wide to the right for the Huskies. Man on the wing left. Ball's getting off to the tailback, driving straight ahead. It's East once again. He's out across the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and drives into the end zone. Did he make it? They're saying yes, he did. Touchdown. 37 yards out. And this time, Mr. East takes it for 37 yards.
And you watch, here we come. We've got a linebacker right there, and that's LaRoque right there in the hole. Not able to bring him down because he's not there ready to tackle. And this young man, East from Harbor Creek, he gets loose. He's tough to bring down, and you can see there, 37 yards for the touchdown. We've got to make the play at the point of attack, and we're just not doing it.
Extra point attempt coming up for Harbor Creek. 23-6, Harbor Creek with the attempt coming. Waiting for the snap. Placement, kick is up. And the kick is good. 6:48 left to go in the third quarter, 24-6. Harbor Creek on top.
Well, and you don't want to harp on it. You hate to harp on it, but now you really have to wonder about this drive. If they'd have called it on the punt,
yeah, exactly.
You had them 3rd and long, probably inside the 5 or around the 5-yard line. Would they have gone for that pass? Would they have just taken the run play, then punted away to Titusville? Instead, they're out around the 25. It gives them the freedom to call the pass play. And then the first half, the holding play that led to a touchdown as well. So, missed calls like that
they make a big difference.
They make a big difference. Yeah.
You get down to the end of the ball game and you lose by 20 points, and you think, oh, well, they wouldn't have won anyway. Well, you don't know that.
You don't know that. But here's the other thing about particularly these two, realistically, on this punt in particular. How could you miss that? There's only 3 players there: the ball carrier, the tackler, and the blocker. And it runs ball carrier, tackler, the blockers from behind.
Yeah.
You can't miss that.
And you're standing right there.
You're standing right there, and
that's your responsibility.
Yeah. And this is what I mean by just what do you do about this? Right? How can you not? How do you not see that? I'm sorry, I just don't buy that excuse. I just don't buy it, and we're going to have another. This is close. I'll give him this one.
No, that's a crackback.
I'll give him close. I don't know if we have crackback, but it could have gone either way. But regardless, you can't miss that first one.
Brett, the kickoff. Kickoff's going to come down and be taken by Corcoran at the 10, out across the 15, takes it up the left side. Inside the 25, out close to the 30, and it brought down right about the 30-yard line, and that's Titusville put it in play 1st and 10. So, yeah, your point, Steve, is well taken, that those kinds of no calls really affect the ball game.
Well, and it's particularly...
It's not to say they wouldn't have scored.
Right, not to say that we would have scored. It's not to say we'd have stopped Harbor Creek or anything would have changed on that last drive. That's not the point of the argument. The point of the argument is there's a penalty there. You can't miss those penalties, and they did.
Especially wide open like that.
Yeah, especially when they're open. I mean, we didn't even need replay. You could hear us calling it as it happened. So
Titusville double to the left, single to the right.
But we do thank Oil Creek Plastics for it.
Well, we do thank. I didn't mean it that way, but we made a switch.
Yeah, we made a switch. LaRocca's in at quarterback, and he's had the ball stolen away.
Let's see.
They're calling him down.
This is going to work in our favor, but I'm not too sure the head official here even saw the kid run away with the ball.
I don't know. He did. There is an argument for the play being called, though. Stopped.
Let's see here. And again, this is.
What do you see here?
LaRocque, he's going to come in, fake the handoff. 2 guys come through. And
it's over there.
Yeah, there's grounds to call it. But I have seen plays go longer than that and not be blown dead. And I didn't hear, to be honest with you, I didn't hear a whistle.
I didn't either. Lost the 3. 2nd down and 13 for Titusville, back at their own 27. And Boaz LaRocque is in at quarterback for Titusville. Good snap, looking to throw. That's Knapp now, throws into a triple coverage, and it's intercepted out at the 42. Garrett Knapp was back in and threw into triple coverage. Very easy interception for Harbor Creek. They'll take over 1st down and 10 at the Titusville 43-yard line.
And that's a freshman quarterback the way you would expect a freshman quarterback to be. He didn't try to look off. He looked right at him the whole way, and covered or uncovered, that's where the ball was going, and that's what he did. And you're going to have to live with that if you're going to play a freshman at quarterback. And it's just that's a mistake he'll learn from and hopefully grow from.
Harbor Creek, 1st down and 10 at the Titusville 43. Send a double to the right. Keep a man in the wing left. East is at tailback. East gets the ball straight up the middle. Out across the 40, inside the 40 to about the 38, 37-yard line. Pick up about 5 on the play.
I think it's D'Anthony Edwards on the tackle there. Again, here comes that power running game. And now it's going to be a matter of whether Harbor Creek has had a chance to talk with their lineman to adjust to the blitz package that Titusville's trying to put into effect to stop the run.
2nd down 5 at the Rocket 38-yard line. Harbor Creek leading 24-6 with 5 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Harbor Creek sends 1 each side. Not that it's made a whole lot of difference tonight. just running the ball back to split. Now they're going to throw to the right side, passes high and goes over the head, incomplete. Coverage out there by Stover. Again, why?
I'm not. Yeah, I critiqued the coach last week about things, and I got a nasty letter from PIAA. I'm not allowed to do that as a member of the media and so forth, but I'm going to do it here. You're doing so well on the ground. I see no reason to even try to put this ball in the air. I mean, it's not like you're in a position where it's just something to work on for future. You're up 18, but. Well, that is 18, right? 24 minus 6. Carry the 1.
Smith looking to roll to his left, looking to throw. Got a man going deep, headed for the end zone, passes up, and incomplete. That time we had pretty good coverage by Mr. Corcoran, I believe. Can't see the number, 22, I believe it is.
22 or 29? I can't.
22.
22, that's Corcoran.
Thanks, Bill.
Here, this ball should have been thrown a little bit quicker. Because he had him open quicker. Now, the one thing, and I don't know this about the Harbor Creek quarterback here, is whether or not he's got a stronger arm. He had too much air underneath that one. That allowed Riley Corcoran to come back and make the play defensively.
Hey, Jim, make that 28.
I didn't think that was Corcoran. 28, that would be Titus Hunter, or Hunter Titus. Hunter Titus.
On the snap, Smith rolling to his right to throw. Going to throw short. It's complete at the 30, to the 30, to the 25, and fumble.
We got it.
Titusville has it, according to Bill. And they do.
Watch the ref say I wasn't there to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah. It's pretty much an assumed fact when you see like 5 or 6 guys all of a sudden jump. Yeah, it's assumed that that's on the ground.
Also, when you see the ball laying there by itself.
Here, we just lost track of a running back in the play. Again, he'll learn. I don't know what grade this young man is from Harbor Creek.
Oh, it's out. There's no question.
There's no doubt it's out. But, it's one of those things where kids get, I think, enamored with trying to break the play for the touch. Get what you can get, put the shoulders down, finish the run, and run another play instead of being held up like that and having the ball ripped out of your hands.
So Titusville takes over first down and 10 at their own 27. Send doubles to the right, single to the left. Ball is given off to Harvey, driving straight ahead, and good hard run will pick up about 3 for Titusville.
And again, this is what we were able to do on their first possession. They're going to do here. They're going to start running people into gaps, and that's what's happening. And we can't get Parker Harvey going because he just gets 2 or 3 steps and he's meeting them in the hole. Now, he punishes people. That's a nice job by Parker dropping the shoulders, but we've got to get people out of his way to get him into that second tier.
Titusville brings up to 2nd down and 8. Ball is at their 29-yard line. Titusville put 2 to the right, single to the left. Really haven't been able to get much of a running game going the last 3 ball games. Now we have some confusion. Coach says, let's run it. Quarterback's going to go deep. He's got a man out there. It's going to be short. Intercepted at the 49 by Harbor Creek. They're out across the 40, the 35, the 30, the 20, the 15. Cuts back to the right side. He's going to take it in for the touchdown. Everybody overran him. He cut it back up the middle, and he takes it in for 51-yard. Interception, TD, pick 6. Wow.
And again, this is a throw that the quarterback should not have made. This is one you've got to learn to throw away. Now, you think he's got it open, but you've got to know that you've got the arm strength to throw that thing out there so where your receiver can catch it and nobody else. And then this coming back here should not happen, to be quite honest with you. There's no way this young man should have returned this for a touchdown. Just not enough white shirts running to the football.
30-6 with the extra point coming with 3:29 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Waiting for the snap. You know, a lot of times there's a snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. 3:29 to go in the 3rd quarter, 31-6. Harbor Creek up by 25. Well, that's a backbreaker. Even if you hadn't already ended, that one did it to you.
Yeah, that one's going to make it really tough to come back on. And again, it just... we see Titusville making some negative plays, and it just seems like the heads are starting to drop a little bit. Again, this interception here for a touchdown. Now, yeah, he's going to get some yards coming back here on the pick because these, they're downfield. We're running underneath routes, but there's one missed. Now, how come there's 1, 2, not in the angle. Now, where's everybody else at?
Well, they're coming, but they overrun.
And it's like we got to get to the ball, make tackles, and then he just cuts it back against the grain. But just not enough, in my opinion, not enough hustle by white shirts to get to him.
So Titusville now lines up to receive the kick, and they'll send Palma and Corcoran standing back at their 7-yard line. JT Bratt will kick off for Harbor Creek. With 3:29 to go, just in the third quarter. All third quarter owned by the Huskies. Kick comes down the right side. It's taken there by Corcoran. He's out across the 10, the 15, the 20, to 25. Kicks it out across the 30. Look out. He's got one man to beat. He's across midfield. He's at the 35 and brought down at the Husky 30. Big return for Mr. Riley Corcoran.
Well, and that's what we've had happen there quite a bit is our kick returns have been pretty good. It's one of the positives of week in and week out Rocket football. These two guys in the back have done a nice job of finding holes and opening up. I wanted to see, and I didn't see it. Now we lost track of the kicker, and he does his job as a kicker, and that's the safety valve tackle. But nice job by Riley Corcoran.
First down and 10, Titusville, Harbor Creek 31. Doubles to the left, signal to the right. Now we put a man in motion to the right. The ball's given up the middle to Harvey. The ball's on the ground and is picked up by Harbor Creek. We turn it over. We had a man in motion. We fake it to the motion man and try to put it in the belly of Mr. Harvey, and somewhere in that process, we lose it, put it on the ground, and they take over. Never got it.
Never got it. There's two things that happen here on this play. One, the snap is high, throws the timing off. So the freshman's got to get the ball down, try to fake to the motion man, then get himself to spin around and put it in the belly of Parker Harvey, which he kind of does. But then there's penetration from the defensive line, so the ball's being put into Parker's stomach at the same time he's being tackled.
First down and 10. Harbor Creek at the run, 38 on the turnover. Goes to the first man through. East drives up close to the 45. Brought down there, pick up about 7 on the play.
And now we're starting to see a little bit of counter action where they're heading one way, and then they're going to cut back and come the other direction. He's just going to do a nice job. He reads the opening, makes his cut, and we're just missing tackles in the backfield. Again, we've got people there. They're just not able to tackle.
Second down and 4. 2:30 left to go here in the third. Singles on both sides for Harbor Creek. Power I formation to the tailback east. Drive straight ahead. Across the 45 to about the 48 of Harbor Creek. Maybe about a yard short. Bring up a 3rd and 1.
And 4 or 5 Titusville Rockets there on the tackle. Just kind of bunching things up there when they put that run play in, but they're still picking up 4 or 5 yards on it.
Pretty quiet over there, Bill.
Yeah, nice and quiet.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. Titusville, they're trying all they can do, but that's a little miscues.
Signals both sides once again. Power I formation for the Huskies. Giving off to the first man through. Across the 50, gets to the outside. The 45, the Titusville 40, and run down from behind.
That's a good hustle tackle there for Parker Harvey.
Yeah, it was. Very good effort by Harvey.
If he doesn't get him, I think this one's going to the end zone too. You can see it's just a foot race. Parker does a nice job of running, and he's just sweeping the legs out from underneath him. Otherwise, he's going to pick up another 15, 20 yards.
The ball carrier was Drew Stewart. He's 5'11", 160. Sophomore for Harbor Creek.
Bill?
Yeah.
Does black make you look taller? Because they look a lot taller than 5'10".
I don't think so.
Well, you're our fashion guru.
Well, you know what? We had this conversation coming up today.
Yeah, we did.
It's white.
Smith looking to throw. He's got a man over the middle. It's incomplete. Intercepted by Titusville. Larry Stover up to the 40, and it's going to be brought down and thrown out of bounds at about the 43. So Titusville gets it right back on the turnover.
Nice play by Stover on the deflection.
With 1:07 left to go in the third quarter, Harbor Creek turns it over on the pass.
The ball was a little bit behind the receiver. He tried to get it, but couldn't quite get his hands on it. Tips it into Laird Stover, and he gets what he can out of it, and Titus will get the ball.
First down and 10 at their own 40. It'd be about the 48.
Sound it out.
Well, I was looking at the scoreboard. It says 43, and I'm looking down here. It is a 43. The scoreboard's right, and I'm wrong. Can't believe that. Knapp looking to throw. Blitz, and he's down. Yeah, and it's had him open.
One of the problems that you've got now is that you've got your quarterback gearing to try to throw the ball downfield. And he's got Landon Palma coming across, number 2, right here across. There he is. Hit him with it. If you can hit Landon Palma 3 yards deep, on a 3-yard route, when he's that wide open, that's going to be an 8-yard gain. He's got to learn to see that and make that throw.
I'm not too sure he had enough time to even see it though. You see that blitzer coming. I would think it's a panic thing.
It's a freshman thing. Yeah, it's one of those things you got to get used to and know that that's where you've got to go with your hot read.
Doubles to the right, single to the left for Titusville. Looking to throw over the middle, whistle, and that play was stopped. I can't remember. See a flag someplace, Bill?
I don't see anything.
Was there a false start or movement?
I don't know.
Oh, there's a flag over here. A referee that couldn't see anything.
Yeah, he saw something there he didn't like.
Yeah.
Apparently we moved because they're going to move us back 5.
I didn't see any movement. Did you see it on the replay?
I didn't see any movement, but...
Run that again, Luke, and we'll take a look and let Bill know. You can go talk to the official, Bill.
I'm on my way.
No, I didn't see anything.
I didn't see anything either.
Maybe he lined up offside.
Might be.
I don't think he saw anything either. He just found a flag.
Well, I didn't see the signal from the head referee.
I didn't watch it. Doubles to the left, signal to the right for Titusville. And another whistle.
Now we got a flag. Delay a game?
Yep, we're at 0.
My goodness. How do you walk that back 5 and get 30 seconds? I don't.
That referee found his flag too.
In 25 seconds.
That seemed awfully quick.
Well, here's the thing, and this is one of the things we talk about this stadium. They have play clocks on the field. Quarterbacks can see them.
Yeah, they do have play clocks. Yep. 10 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Titusville now with a third down and a whole lot. More than we've gained this whole quarter. 28 yards. Doubles left, single right, and time runs out. And they're going to go ahead and run the play, and it is incomplete. But I saw time running out before that play got off. But makes no difference. Fourth quarter coming up. Scores 31, Harbor Creek 6, Titusville Rockets. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this.
So State Farm will be here to help protect our home.
Of course.
What about here?
Yep. Nice.
Okay. Here?
Who wants tinfoil in the microwave?
Here? Here? Here?
Feels a little awkward.
A little. Here?
Here too.
So cold.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
It's Joe Taylor Ford's 17th anniversary, and we are celebrating all month long. Get 0% APR for 72 months, plus $1,000 Ford credit bonus cash on a new 2018 Ford Escape, Edge, and Explorer. Or get 0% APR for 60 months, plus $2,800 additional savings off MSRP on a new 2018 Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT with 2.7-liter V6 EcoBoost. Make sure you take advantage of Joe Taylor Ford's top-of-the-line lifetime warranty on all new cars. Thank you for 17 great years.
And welcome back to start the fourth quarter. Rockets trail the Huskies 31-6. Just got a text message from Athletic Director Scott Salvo. Officially, guys, on the 26th of October, they're adding a home game versus Karn City. So that'll be at Carter Field. So the next 3 weeks after tonight, we'll be home.
First down and 10, Titusville. Third down, excuse me. Pass is almost intercepted as they try to go out across the 25 and to bring up a 4th down play.
Now you're starting to see freshman jitters.
Yeah.
Never set his feet. It's almost like he's getting a snap and wants to get rid of it just as quick as he can. They need to bring him back in, try to talk to him, try to settle him a little bit, and try to go back to the ground game. Real quick here, just while we're looking at this, Mercyhurst Prep 21, Union City 12. Now, that still reads as a second quarter score. So
what was the score?
21-12, Mercyhurst Prep over Union City.
Oh.
Titusville to punt. Harvey will be standing back at his 10, waiting for another man to come on for the Rocket offense. The receiver I can't get the number right directly in front of us. Oh, bad snap, but Parker gets it away. It hits at the 45 and goes out of bounds somewhere around the 43-yard line. So that's where Harbor Creek will put it in play. First down 10 to 43 with 11:48 to go in the game. Harbor Creek leading 31-6.
If you want to go by school population, the two big boys in Erie are playing. McDowell and Cathedral Prep.
At least they're not playing Canada.
No, we're not playing Canada.
We can't beat Canada.
No, we can't.
Them.
Twice Cathedral Prep is up on that game 24-0 over McDowell.
So would you say instead of 1 in inches, 1 in centimeters?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if that'd be interesting. What's a yard?
I'll talk about that in a second. Signals to the left, power I to the tailback, straight through, and it gets across the 45, about the 48. I was talking to a fellow that watched or did the game between last week. Who did Canucks play last week?
The high school? Was it Du Bois?
The high school. Yeah, Du Bois. He did the Du Bois game. And he said that the Du Bois game, Du Bois had the better team, better athletes, and everything else. But they couldn't beat them. He said, Canada had the better athletes, but Du Bois had the better program. Understood the game and so on, but they couldn't beat the athletes of Canada. Smith gives it off to the tailback, driving straight through, and be enough for the first down. They go across inside the 50 to about the Titusville 45, 46-yard line.
Dunlap on the tackle there, but I thought that play was almost gone for a touchdown. He was through the hole pretty quick there.
There's a big opening.
Yeah, we're just
he got hurt. 58 got
58's kind of, let's kind of hop around here a little bit. Yeah, he's done an all right job. All 5 of those young men
their front line's done a pretty good job.
Has done a number on us. That's Jaden O'Hare, 58. He's a 5'8", 235-pound sophomore. I swear these guys are stuck at 5'8".
What was their score against Fairview? 3-0?
3-0.
Flare pass out to the left side, complete, and the carrier takes it down into the inside the Titusville 35.
Now we got another flag, and I'm not too sure what that is.
That's
for.
on Titusville.
What is it, Bill?
What'd you see?
Oh, he had him around the neck, almost like a wrestling hold.
But did he have his face mask?
No.
Well, then what's the flag for?
Horse collar.
No, it wasn't that either. He just had him in a head.
Well, maybe Bill's wrong.
On the tackle or on away from the ball?
No, on a tackle.
You want to wager your ride home tonight?
Yep.
You know, there's a little bit of rodeoing in this game here that's allowed.
I didn't see anything wrong with it. I really didn't. There's no horse collar. No.
We're waiting.
They're having a meeting.
He's like, you really want me to say this?
Helmet to helmet target.
Oh, it's against Harbor Creek, but
Is that target?
I don't know. I've not seen that.
Can you run that back, Luke? Did we get it? We'll take a look up here, Bill. Because we obviously didn't see it the first time.
No, I didn't see it.
I don't know.
Now they're not moving the.
He's giving us a warning for one finger. I don't know what that means.
Is he giving us a warning or?
No,
what?
he's moving it back.
Why isn't he warning her? Let's see what happens here. He's going to see it's a quick out. He's going to come back around, miss block there. They both lowered their heads.
That's what they called the running back for targeting. Well, anyway,
I'm not too sure about that call there.
They called Harbor Creek for spearing.
Oh.
Okay, well, I mean,
First down 17, and Harbor Creek takes it up to about the 45 at Tazewell.
I guess
about 7.
The only thing I can figure is that the official determined that Harbor Creek initiated the contact with the crown of their helmet as opposed to the Titusville tackler.
It had to be.
It's the only thing I can say.
Really guilty about not calling some other things.
Well, again, on there, I'm not too sure that you can throw that flag, but they did. And in today's game, that's one of the things you've got to watch.
Second down 12 for Harbor Creek at the Titusville 47. Doubles right. Going to throw this flare to this side. They get the ball to the wide out across the 45 to about the 40-yard line. And that would be Cody Smith is the receiver. We bring up a third down and about 5.
Hunter Titus on the tackle, but this is a nice play by, Laird Stover out there as he keeps that play funneled back to the inside. The receiver wants to get that out to the outside and break it down the sidelines. Laird Stover fighting with the blocker keeps it tucked back to the inside where Hunter Titus came in and made the tackle.
And if you're listening to us tonight, just a reminder, you'll be able to go back and rewatch this game first of the week. We'll have it available for you on our YouTube channel. You can find that by visiting our website, streammedia.tv, streammedia.tv.
Third down play to the tailback coming straight through, drives ahead, has enough for the first down. I thought you were going to say, if you're listening to us tonight, we're sorry.
I was going to say,
you guys are fine tonight.
I was going to say why, but that was just, again, Titusville just not able to make tackles. We're there. We that's been the story of Titusville's defense tonight. When we're there and have the opportunity to make the play, we just can't bring them down.
Well, you get him second and 17. Now you got him a first down and 10 at your 35. You had the yardage in your favor, but giving it up. Doubles to the right, single to the left. Smith gives it to the tailback, drives straight through, and he's going to kick to the outside. Now he comes to the right side. He's at the 30, 20, 10, 5, and knocked out of bounds right about there. How did he come to the right side there?
Well,
I thought we had him down.
He put one foot in front of the other, but he leans a little bit to the right side, so he drifts. He gets away from us. I don't know how. And Titusville should have had him, and he just spun out of a tackle and sees the opening to the outside, and it's off and running, and we just can't tackle well.
I thought we had him down right here. First down and goal from the 5.
Right here, you should have had him. And there's another one, and we just can't get a hand on him. We just don't tackle.
Power I to the tailback, drives straight through, touchdown. And that would be East. Picks up the score, brings it up to 37-6. Made it look too easy. But they have been driving with that power eye. They've really been running at us, Bill, and knocking us all over the place out there.
Yeah, we cannot handle that whatsoever.
Extra point attempt coming up now for the Huskies. 8:14 left in the ball game.
They're past the line of scrimmage about 3 yards before we get a hand on them.
Yeah, everything's in our secondary. Waiting for the snap.
Is it just me or the fireworks like really
a little slow?
Poorly timed?
Now we got to delay a game.
Is that what it was, delay a game?
Yeah.
No, I think
illegal procedure.
Procedure against Harbor Creek. I think somebody flinched at the fireworks.
Yeah, I think they did.
One of the things we talked about with Titusville's line tonight is making contact, initial contact, but holding the blocks and getting some push while you're blocking. And it's one of the differences if you watch this ball game critically. You watch the line play, offensive line versus offensive line, and Harbor Creek has done a nice job of being able to make contact and drive and sustain blocks where Titusville's not been able to do that.
So a 5-yard penalty for procedure. This time the kick will come from the 15. Snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. 8:14 left in the ball game. It is 38-6. Huskies on top. So Titusville now will have to come back and try to get something going. It's almost to the point where it's going to be difficult to be built for even next week.
Well, and the thing that you've got to try to do now, because you've had a lot of pressure for 2 weeks now on your freshman quarterback, you got to try to get him settled and back into some kind of rhythm here if you're going to continue to try to throw the ball tonight. And that's just, we just haven't seen it.
You get into a position, Steve, like the year that we talked about here a few weeks ago, the year that you took over, hadn't played quarterback ever. You get a young boy like this, a freshman, you put him in a ball game, Slippery Rock, plays tonight, struggling tonight, played well last week, struggling tonight. Now, as a coach, you have to decide now, do I put LaRock back in, or do I leave him in? And how does that affect him psychologically for the upcoming games of the season?
Right, and I think
it's a tough spot.
Well, I think it's fairly simple for me now. If I'm coaching Titusville, is okay. I'm not going to get this ball game, which means I'm probably not going to make the playoffs. Which means, all right, you go to your freshman and say, listen, I'm going to live or die with you. Period. Yeah. We're not going back to anybody else. You're the guy. So just settle down, relax, and play football as best you can. We'll learn from your mistakes. We'll teach you up. We'll coach you up. But you're the guy. You know, we're not going backwards. We're going ahead with you.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much accurate.
I think that's what they'll do. Is my guess.
Simple the playbook down.
Yeah, and simple it down a little bit.
Kickoff's going to be taken at the 4 by Titusville. Up across the 20, the 25, and Corcoran will bring it out to about the 27-yard line. So Titusville will put it in play first and 10. A little bit of coverage that time for Harbor Creek. Probably had a little discussion about that before they went out there.
Well, I'm sure both sidelines have had discussions on various things here and there, and one of them, I'm sure, for Harbor Creek was coming into this game. This is the one thing that I think opposition has to worry about is the return game for Titusville. You've got to stay in your lanes. You've got to be disciplined, or they're going to hurt you.
Okay, Bill, you get this thing under motion down there. Expecting you to make these calls. 7:44 to go in the game. Titusville sends one wide each side. On the snap, straight ahead, Harvey. They lost the ball. Harbor Creek's picked it up.
It's down right there.
They called him down, I think, yeah. Yeah, once again, Parker gets to the line of scrimmage and can't get anything. There's just nothing there for him.
Sounds like it's just frustration.
Well, it's building. It's got to be frustrating. Yeah. If you're a running back, you want to run. That's why you're in that position. You're going to see here, there's just nobody that gets a hand on them. That's a defensive tackle, a defensive end in their defensive front, and there's nobody touching them.
Titusville send trips to the right. Second down and 11.
And that's going to be I think Titusville's going to buy the call.
No, it's against Titusville.
That's what I said. I think Titusville's going to buy the call. I don't know what the deal was there. It's like 3 or 4 people from
everybody moved.
From Titusville jumped, and Harbor Creek jumped, and almost like a sock hop. Yeah, huh? How about that?
Sock hop.
Yeah.
What's a sock hop?
Go ahead, sing that song.
Danny and the Juniors at the hop.
No. Trips right. Oh, high snap. Good hands by Knapp. Tries to throw to the top side at the 30-yard line. Goes incomplete. Now the flag comes in.
I'm not too sure about that. Yeah. I thought that was pretty well covered. But
did hey, just out of curiosity, Bill, did Coach call that or did they call that?
No, they did.
Okay, I thought maybe Coach yelled at him and he decided to throw the flag.
Well, I don't know if we have that. I thought it was
friendly persuasion.
Yeah, a little help. I thought they had pretty good coverage, to be honest with you. I didn't see much, but maybe they were a little tighter than what we've got angle-wise on it to see.
So that'll bring the ball out across the 35 to the 37. Bring up a second down and 1 for Titusville. 38-6. Harbor Creek on top. Rockets will send 3 to the left. Garrett Knapp, high snap once again, but he controls it, rolling to his left, wants to throw over the middle, and tries. That should be a flag.
There should be one there. Yeah, that's a flag there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big flag. I saw that one. And that's amazing.
Yeah, that wasn't too hard to call there. Well, I just said it wasn't hard to call. I didn't say it was a bad call or anything.
No, I thought you were mocking me out because I actually saw it. Therefore,
well, that's what led me to believe that it was a fairly obvious call.
I'm amazed.
I mean, let's face it, this ain't flying a rocket ship, you know. It might be named after an astronaut, but this is not rocket science.
Oh, I could have stayed home.
It's not math either.
No, that's true.
Yeah, the sad part is I got to take him home, too.
Let's go! First down and 10. Now for the Rockets at the 48 at Harbor Creek. 2 penalties have helped. Knapp looking to throw. Still looking. Got a man deep. And underthrows it once again, and Titusville has to go to the defense in that position. Yeah, we're getting behind him, but the arm strength just isn't there.
Well, and part of it, I think, too.
That's not a criticism.
No,
either.
it's not. He's a freshman. He's, there's a lot of growing to do, and this is one of the things you got to remember. Is that you're working with a freshman, which means he's got a lot of bodybuilding that he can do yet, a lot of growing that's going to happen with him yet. His arm's going to get stronger, but one of the things I'd like to see him do here, he had plenty of time, as it seems that Harbor Creek is backing out of the blitzing packages, a chance to set his feet and drive off that back foot.
Titusville trips to the right, second down and 10 from the Harbor Creek 48. Knapp once again to the right side and overthrows Landon Palmer. That Mr. Knapp gets greeted in the backfield also. He has picked himself up off the turf a few times out there, Bill.
Yeah, it looks, when he throws over the middle, guys, I don't think he has, like you said, not enough arm strength. Looks like he's got about 20, 25 yards. That's about the max.
Well, and then we talked about the way his hand is on the ball, and again, it's all learning, and it'll be fun to watch him in a couple of years. Coach was talking in his interview about his football intelligence. Trips to the right for Titusville. Says he knows the game. Passes, picked off, almost picked off. Trying to go over the middle. Pass goes incomplete. Brings up a fourth down.
Does a little better job here. Of course, again, the snaps are high. Getting it, but you see how he plants his foot, but there's no step.
Yeah.
He's got that time he had the back foot. He's a right-handed quarterback, so the right foot is the plant foot. And he plants the foot, but there's no forward step with the left. And everything's just still all shoulders and arms with him. One of the things they'll work with him a little bit, I'm sure.
When did you start as quarterback?
When?
Yeah.
As a junior.
As a junior?
Yeah, I was a junior.
And you finished your career at quarterback?
Yes.
Trips to left, signal to the right.
Okay, we'll talk about that and how that all went. But
going deep, he's got a man out there, and again, the pass comes up short
and I think it's intercepted.
It's intercepted at about the 25. It was a fourth down play anyway.
Yeah,
so
it was.
As good as a punt.
Good as a punt. One of the things I was going to say,
knock it down.
When I played quarterback, I was a real quarterback. We ran the option, we got hit.
Right.
Yeah, as an option quarterback, you got tackled. It's not like the quarterbacks today where if you run by them hard, it's a flag.
Right, like Brady.
Yeah. Actually, anymore, I can't. Actually, it's just about anybody anymore.
I know.
You see any of the quarterbacks getting touched.
And I asked you, Steve, because what was the difference from when you entered the game to the next year in terms of growth in that position?
About 12 months.
About 12 months, yeah.
That was okay.
Yeah, it was about 12
That's actually less than that.
Actually, it was. No, you got to get more comfortable in the position. And everything for a first-year quarterback, unless they're really good at the position and comfortable with it, is very mechanical. You've memorized your steps and the procedures that you have to follow instead of just playing the game. And that's what you're seeing here, I think, a little bit with Garrett, is he knows, read 1 is here, read 2 is here, read 3 is here. And so that's what he's trying to do and trying to decide, which one's open. But the freshman thing that's happening to him now is that he knows he's got pressure coming. And so now there's one, boom. We're just going to get rid of the ball now. And that's what we've seen here tonight. Not as much patience or as poise, but at the same time, you can't blame the kid because he is getting hit a lot in the passing attack here for Titusville. So it's a thing that's going to happen for him. He's only a freshman. He's going to get more confident.
And it's going to be exciting to watch. I mean, that's 3 years.
Yeah, it's 3 years for him. And now, the other thing, too, when you say that, he's going to grow.
I think it's our ball, guys.
Yeah, I saw the fumble, and it just wasn't a clean handoff. Of course, I think that's a back. I think that's a second running back.
They have all seconds.
Hey, Steve.
Second. Yeah.
I noticed with a quarterback, when throws that ball, when it goes kind of sideways, he's coming down like that instead of straight through. Does that have anything to do with it?
There's different philosophies, I think, on throwing the football, whether you bring it right. I was always taught you've got to bring that thing right over the top of the head so that the arm is almost straight up and down. But I've seen a lot of people, throw with a little bit of side. The problem with coming from the side is that wrist tends to try to turn like a curve ball.
Yeah.
And it makes that ball wobble as you throw it.
He's not coming from the side, but when he comes through, he's throwing it. Going straight through
Yeah, when you come straight down, if you can bring it straight down and you snap that wrist down, it allows that ball to spiral a little bit. If you throw a little twist into it where you get off that axis, that wrist comes through and you start to turn it like you're throwing a curve ball.
Yeah, I can see every once.
And that might be, too, again, what we've seen a little bit out of Garrett tonight. I'm just not sure that ball, he's comfortable with the ball in his hands yet.
I'm not sure his hand's big enough,
Well,
you know what I mean?
yeah, I'm not sure. Sometimes it looks like he's got it too deep to the middle of the ball, and so he can't get a real good grip on it, as opposed to being up more towards the nose. And there's a lot of things to this, and believe me, I was not what you would call a proficient passer when I played this game in high school.
I know, your dad's told us.
Yeah, I know. He's always let a lot of cats out of the bag, but that's okay. But there's a lot of little things that you don't even think about. One of them is the grip on the ball. Where's the hand? You're too much to the middle, too high on the nose of the football. A lot of the things that you've got to worry about when you're playing quarterback.
5:30 left to go here in the ball game. 38-6. Titusville has the ball. Hands off to the tailback coming across the left side. Trying to get to the outside. I believe I see a number. I think it's Corcoran.
I think it's Corcoran, 22.
Yeah. And picks up maybe 3 or so on the play. Bring up a second down and 6 for Titusville.
I think you might see Titusville here now. I think you might see a lot of the ground game now, trying to run the ball here out.
Well, and as you're saying, probably twofold. Number one, try to get a little bit of confidence back into your quarterback from your throwing situation, but try to get some kind of a running game going. We haven't had any running game for about 3 weeks now. Harvey's trying to break to the outside. He's going to get to the 20, to the 15, and cuts back upfield and get down close to the 10. Big enough for the first down. They're going to mark him out of bounds just at about the 16, I think.
Yeah, enough for the first down, but yeah, I think he must have tried to cut back in and let the right foot plant on the line.
4:35 left to go in the ball game. 38-6. Harbor Creek on top. Second half's been all Harbor Creek. Titusville's only play of any magnitude was the touchdown pass.
Touchdown pass, yeah.
Other than that, everything's been kind of nil. Drifts left, signal to the right for the Rockets. First down and 10 on the snap. To the tailback, and nothing there. I mean, absolutely nothing there. Loss of about 2 on the play.
When you've got, at that handoff point, the mesh point is when the quarterback's handing the ball off to the running back. And when you get to the mesh point, there's a quarterback and a running back and 2 defensive linemen, something's not going right. And that's just pretty much the way it's been going here for Titusville in the last 2 to 3 ball games. We just have not been able to control the line of scrimmage, and way too much penetration.
Second down 13 at the 4-minute mark in the game. Jackson right, Palma left. Double tight end for Titusville. Knapp looking to throw, rolling to his right. Throws up short, out of about the 12-yard line.
That's a good penalty there.
Yeah, roughing the passer.
Yeah, he had no business even doing that.
Now there's another one.
And there's another one in the middle, and I'm not too sure where that.
I have no idea.
I think the second one's attitude. Let's see. Personal foul, roughing the passer. See, it's unsportsmanlike. That's what I thought.
I didn't see this. I don't know what the unsportsmanlike was called on.
I think it's there's a discussion, one-man discussion, and the verbiage wasn't quite right. So that's going to be a double penalty from the 20.
Well, it should be 15 yards
plus half the distance,
and then half the distance
against Harbor Creek. A lot of seconds in for Harbor Creek.
Well, that 71, the one that they got the roughing the passer on, he's a starter.
Yeah, he's a starter. Some of the linemen are starters.
Yeah, some of the linemen are still starters in there.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of surprised that. And I didn't see, like I said, I didn't see what I saw that the roughing the passer was obvious, but I didn't see whatever it was in the middle of the field.
Yeah, takes the ball down to the 5-yard line, and that's where Titusville will put it in play. First down and goal, excuse me. So see now if Titusville can do something with it here at 1st and goal. Waiting for the referee, and he puts the ball in play. Doubles right, signal left Titusville. Harvey in the tailback. High snap, controlled. Harvey straight up the middle. Harvey into the end zone, touchdown. So Harvey punches it in from 5 yards out, and that was not against all seconds. That was a first. So Titusville will put the second touchdown on the board for themselves tonight.
Now, there you can see where now there's no run blitzing going on, which is what Harbor Creek has done for most of this ball game and given us a lot of trouble with. But there you saw a nice job of your offensive, your front five, doing a job of creating an opening for your running back to go through.
Brings it to 38-12 as Titusville will attempt the 2-point conversion. They'll send Stover wide right, put Corcoran in the slot right. Palma will come to the left. Knapp waiting for the snap to Harvey. Harvey fumbles the snap. The ball's on the ground, and Harbor Creek's going to pick it up. I'm not sure they can return it in high school ball.
No, but he's going to carry it all the way anyway.
So it is a point conversion. 2-point conversion is no good. With 3:41 to go in the ball game, it's 38-12, Harbor Creek. Coming up at the end of the ball game, we will have the player of the game, Corky's Pizza and Mr. Video.
Taking a look here, just trying to catch some scores up here. Franklin, Maplewood are playing 21-17 Franklin. That's in the 4th. 28-12 Mercyhurst Prep over Union City now, but that game is still recorded as the 2nd, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. Conneaut, Ohio 28, Sharpsville 20. That's a little bit of a surprise. And in the bottom of the 9th, Northwestern 5, Lakeview 3.
Wow.
We've had a lot of those type of scores this year. Greenville 29-0 over Seneca. Where's the other? Slippery Rock 42, Conneaut 20. Grove City 36, Sharon 9 now. Fairview 34, Corey 12. Yeah, Grove City's for real. And Girard 41, Northeast 26. So those are the scores. And again, Oil City 58, Meadville 8. That game's a final.
Well, congrats to Sam Mowry. Having a great season.
Kickoff by Harvey, taking it at the 16. Runner out to the left side to the 30, the 35, and runs out of bounds. And
there's a flag.
I don't have a number 11. I think that was 11. Was that a number 11 that carried that ball, Bill? Or didn't you see it either?
Can you hear me? 21.
Oh, I wasn't even close, was I? 21 is Ryan Whitman.
And they're going to get an additional 15 yards for.
What happened over there, Bill?
Tackle out of bounds.
Hit him late.
Well,
that could have left. Never mind.
I think that was. I saw somebody give him a little shove out of bounds there, and I saw the flag come in right after that, so I figured that's what he was calling.
That puts the ball down inside the 50 at the 49 of Titusville, and that's where Harbor Creek will put it in play. And now we see a lot of seconds in there for Harbor Creek. With 3:35 to go in the ball game, Harbor Creek leading 38-12. Power formation, hands off to the first man, flag down on this side of the field. Illegal procedure, move it back 5 for Harbor Creek. Well, not for Harbor Creek, against Harbor Creek. I guess they wouldn't approve of that, would they?
Wouldn't approve of what?
Oh, they would want for Harbor Creek. I don't know. You got to stay with me,
As we
Steve.
descend into madness here in the booth.
Wait, you got to stay with me and understand what I'm saying. Single left, single right for Harbor Creek. Ball's given off to the first man once again, fullback, and he goes through, fumbles on the play, but I think they called him down. Brings up a second down and about 13 for Harbor Creek at the 3:15 mark. Harbor Creek running players in and out. Second half, all Harbor Creek. Single to the left, single to the right for the Huskies. They go back into power I.
Clock is already running. Yeah. It saves you 30 seconds to walk up and set it.
To the tailback, cuts to the outside, the left side, and he's going to be hit and dropped. Probably no gain on the play. Bring up a third down, 13.
Like Nicholson again from the middle. He's had a good ball game from that middle linebacker position.
Yeah,
he's been running around making tackles, and he is a good tackler. He's one of the we've got that's a shoulder tackler, does a nice job of getting in position and hitting and wrapping to bring kids down. He's had a good ball game from that middle backer position.
Singles both sides now for Harbor Creek. Third down, 13. To the tailback, coming up the right side. Oh my goodness, he's destroyed. He's down. Tassel picks up the loose ball, but he was knocked down. Actually was destroyed. That's the biggest hit of the game for us.
And again, I think it's Nicholson, the middle linebacker, in on the tackle too. So yeah, there's signs of ability and capability here from Titusville, but it's just so infrequent that you get yourself into positions like this.
Yeah, they can't put just can't put it together for a sustained period of time. Not even a quarter, let alone a whole ball game. Third, check that, fourth and 13. Waiting for the clock to run down before the snap. They get it down to 3 seconds, and then they'll snap it. There's the snap, and the kick is away. Left side hits, picked up at the 20 by Palma. Up across the 25, gets to the outside to 30. And we have a flag down. He comes across the 30 to the 30, about the 30-yard line. The flag's down at about the 35, so apparently a block in the back would be my guess. Didn't see it, I just saw the flag. Do you see it, Bill? That's not. 57 seconds left to go in the ball game. We'll wait for this penalty. It will go against Titusville. Boy, it takes them forever to
decide what
decide what to do with it. Make the call, step it off, and let's get underway.
Going to get us for a holding call.
So it'll be first down and 10 for Titusville, and it'll be back at the Titusville 24-yard line. With
it's like a poker game. They're sitting around going, what do you have?
What do you have? Yeah. I got a pair.
Yeah. Any wild cards in this game? Never mind. Doubles to the right, left, single to the right for Titusville. Knapp, fumble. And Harbor Creek has it at the Titusville 25.
Again, he never got it. And here comes another flag.
Some excitement over here on the left side. I didn't see what was going on there. But there is a flag.
You know, up until the pretty much last quarter, I would think Harbor Creek coaches would be fairly happy with the performance of what they've seen here tonight. But after what I've seen here towards the last quarter, with some of the shenanigans that are going on by kids going each way, I got to believe they're going to be having a little bit of lecture period at Films
Yeah, I don't care if you're first or seconds, whether you're the first team, second team. Some of these penalties are very uncalled for. That penalty was far away from the play. It was out here on the left side with the wide out and had nothing to do with what was going on in the game. So, granted, it's no big deal. 51 seconds, you're up by 26, but still at the same time, it's.
Play football, fellas.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do here. Just relax and play football. You don't need to try to prove your manhood by grabbing somebody and trying to hip toss them or anything like that.
Now they got to move the chains. Oh, Harbor Creek still.
Harbor Creek kept the ball.
That's right. They kept the ball. I'll get with it here in a minute. Just taking the knee. 49 seconds to go.
I don't know why the clock's not running.
I don't have any idea.
There wasn't any.
He never signaled for it to start. That's why.
Yeah, and again,
one more play and this game will be over. 35 seconds left on the clock. Harbor Creek once again will take another knee. And that should end the ball game. Final score here at Harbor Creek. Harbor Creek Huskies 38, Titusville Rockets 12. We'll be back with the wrap-up. Are we staying right here, Coach?
For 13 seconds.
12 seconds.
Because that actually run out. The game's over.
And then the shuttle launches
they're shaking
from here
hands.
because this is
Houston. T-3.
Now
Houston, we have liftoff.
The game is over. 38-12, Harbor Creek over Titusville. We'll be back.
More than local sports. Cheering on our favorite teams while our young athletes learn about hard work, teamwork, and building character. At Homerwood, community begins with our employees. Those same traits we look for in our athletes are the same characteristics we look for in our employees. And it shows in the quality of our products that we're proud to stand behind and on. From our employees and their families, we say thank you for making us part of your community. Go Rockets!
Hospital partners, Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital together provide a continuum of high-quality care across Crawford County. Both create the ultimate patient experience. Every patient, every time. Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital are more than a hospital. We are a hospital partner, a community partner, a family partner, and a health partner.
Fall and football go hand in hand, just like yards and the products made by Steel. At Titusville TrueValue, we offer a full selection of Steel chainsaws, pole saws, leaf blowers, weed eaters, and hedge trimmers to prepare your yard for fun this fall. So get the full lineup of Steel's equipment so the chores are out of the way so you can go out to play. Steel, available now at your Titusville TrueValue. Behind every good project is your Titusville TrueValue.
And welcome back to the Corky's Pizza and Subs Family Video Post-Game Show. We're going to take it down to the field to Bill McCrillis, who's on the wireless mic, and who's with Coach Baldwin. Bill?
Coach, your thoughts tonight?
Tough one. This one stings a little bit. It didn't have to be that bad. You know, I thought we'd come out and we played hard. Then, you know, we just give up too much stuff and put the ball on the ground and stuff like that. You can't do that to teams like this.
But all in all, I think the boys showed a lot of heart tonight. They really did.
Yeah. There's nothing. They keep going, and we just got to clean up mistakes and you know, getting into formations and stuff like that. We just got to get better at it.
Well, we'll do that next week. What do you think?
Yep, we'll go for it.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, there you guys go.
Wireless mic brought to you by Titusville Dairy Products and Boonies, where you can get wings, Luke.
Yeah, but
and they sound good,
don't they?
Oh,
they do sound good. Was that the tag?
I like them.
They do what? Taco Tuesdays? They have Taco Tuesdays, don't they?
I have no idea.
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays? Wednesdays they have the. Oh, that's. Oh yeah. I haven't had lunch, so I'm starving.
Wish you guys would quit saying something about. I'm getting hungry too.
That's all he talks about the whole game. He talks about food instead of football. Well, anyway, there's not
I
a lot
haven't eaten since 6:30 this morning. I'm ready for something. Go ahead, guys.
38-12, Steve, and then quite honestly, not a good outing for Titusville. A ball game that, and Coach alluded to in his pregame interview, and even down here in the field tonight. Not a pretty game. The kids. I don't know. Line play wasn't there, and you mentioned a couple times the tackling wasn't there and stuff. It's just not a good-looking ball club right now.
No, they're not. They're out of sync. Things are going against them. But at the same time, fellas, it's easy to say, well, they got 2 touchdowns because of possibly missed calls, and so that may be. But fellas, they're not missing the tackles you are. They're not allowing the holes you are.
Yeah.
And at some point in time, the coaching staff here for Titusville is going to have to sit them down and tell them, fellas, you want to win these last 2 ball games, one thing you got to do, and I believe this, one thing you got to do, and that's man up. You got to bring your man game, and if you can't do that, then you're going to go 0-2 here in the home stretch, or 0-3 because you've got another game with Corn City now scheduled. So you've got 3 more weeks, and they just are not playing good football right now.
On the other side of the coin, Harbor Creek played well tonight. The young Tyler East looked very well as a running back. Got everything into the secondary. Nothing was touched. He wasn't touched until he got into the secondary of Titusville. Racked up about 100 and some yards in the very first half of the ball game.
130-some yards in the first half. He probably figured finish close to 200, I'll bet. But, yeah, again, a good running back for Harbor Creek. He saw the holes and hit them hard.
38-12. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's take one more break, come back and wrap things up, and we'll bring you the Corky's Pizza Family Video Player of the Game. Rocket football on Stream Television. This is the Corky's Pizza Family Video post-game show. We'll be right back.
Are you moving at the speed of business? File transfers, multiple locations, video chat. Companies these days are using more data than ever, and it's got to be fast. With gigabit internet from Armstrong Business Solutions, you can keep up with a pack no matter what size your company is. We can provide your business a reliable connection to our advanced fiber optic network with speeds from 100 megs up to 10 gigs per second. Get your business in the fast lane. Armstrong Business Solutions. Your business is our business.
So State Farm will be here to help protect our home.
Of course.
What about here?
Yep. Nice.
Okay. Here?
Who puts tinfoil in the microwave?
Here? Here? Here?
Feels a little awkward.
A little. Here?
You too.
So cold.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Oil Creek Plastics, the industry leader in polyethylene pipe, is proud to be a part of the Titusville community and a proud sponsor of Titusville High School athletics. Located off Route 27 in East Titusville, Oil Creek Plastics has been a vested part of the Titusville community for 28 years. At Oil Creek Plastics, we take pride in supporting our community and are thrilled to bring instant and slow motion replay to the stream's Titusville Rocket sports broadcasts. In Titusville and here to stay, Oil Creek Plastics. Best of luck to the Titusville Rockets.
Interstate Pipe and Supply is proud to announce their celebration of 50 years in business. Holding true to their motto, service means business, they offer a full knowledgeable staff, full fleet of trucks, and large product offering. They are not just a plumbing location, but a one-stop shop assisting homeowners and contractors quickly and efficiently. They have been a primary pipe supplier in Titusville for 40-plus years. Good luck to the Titusville Rockets this year, and thank you for making Interstate Titusville's premier pipe supplier. Anderson Physical Therapy is committed to your long-term health and well-being. With certified licensed therapists, Anderson's can provide therapy for all your rehabilitation needs. With offices located at 202 Union Street in Titusville and 118 Main Street, Ute, Anderson looks forward to opening their new location in Cambridge Springs, making it convenient for you to get back to doing the things you enjoy. So stay on top of your game with Anderson Physical Therapy, with convenient locations in Northwest Pennsylvania and online 24/7 at andersonphysicaltherapy.net. TitusVille.net. Community Connect Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit, member-owned financial institution, and becoming a member is pretty easy. Stop in, call, or visit our website at communityconnectfcu.com and click Join to get started. Ask about our money market accounts, low-interest loans on new and used vehicles, or start saving for the holidays with a Christmas Club account. Visit us today to get started. We're Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street, Titusville.
Welcome back to the Corky's Pizza Family Video Post-Game Show from Harbor Creek, the Paul J. White's Stadium. Final here, the Huskies 38, the Titusville Rockets stay grounded at 12. And guys, we'll bring you the Corky's Pizza Family Video Player of the Game.
Yeah, we've looked at it, talked about it here a little bit, and we had Parker Harvey had a rough game, particularly on offense, but it's just not being able to find a place to run. When there was an opening, he ran very well, ran very hard.
And Bill, you said he was frustrated most of the game.
Yeah, he was really frustrated the whole second half. I mean, it was noticeable down there.
Oh yeah, you could see it. We could see it up here as well. And it's got to be, you're a running back, you want to run the ball, but you got to have a place to run. And Harbor Creek just wouldn't give him a spot to run the ball. Defensively, we thought probably the most active player in our football team tonight was Charlie Nicholson out of the middle linebacker position. I thought he flowed well with plays, particularly when he started to get a little bit more feel for the game and started to make a little better reads, and was really aggressive out of that middle linebacker position. And that's what you've got to have out of your linebackers. They've got to be aggressive. And he did a nice job of attacking holes, reading holes, and taking on blocks and making tackles.
Could we have a week to have an investigation and be sure that this is what we want to do? Oh, I'm sorry.
We're not appointing him anything. We're just naming him.
I'm sorry.
The vote takes place in a week.
Tonight. This is not a job application.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I get my media messed up a little bit.
Yeah.
No, I think Charlie Nicholson
played. Yeah, I thought he did a nice job for Titus out of that middle linebacker position.
And then on that note, I was going to get final thoughts, Bill.
Next week, let's hope for better going next week. Better sailing next week.
Titusville, as Steve said, we got that text from Athletic Director Scott Salvo tonight. Titusville is home for the next 3 weeks. They just added Karn City to the schedule. Fairview next week. Gerard after that, and Karn City. So
more pizza next week, huh?
Hey.
3 weeks of pizza. What do you got? What do you got?
Steve, final thoughts?
It's just very simple. Next week, and you've got to break this trend. Now, particularly up front, you've got to, your front five, it's linemen. You have got to show up and play.
Jim?
You just got to start setting stuff up for next year. And I know you got 3 games left, but you got some young kids, and you got to start setting them up and get some of these mistakes corrected this year so you can move up next year. It'll happen.
Adam, any thoughts?
Adam's just shaking his head out there saying, come on, let's get off the air.
It's cold, all right.
Something to eat.
Thanks, guys. Final here, 38-12 from Harbor Creek. Our coverage of Titusville Rocket football this season is presented by these great sponsors. State Farm Insurance, by Oil Creek Plastics, by Interstate Pipe and Supply, by Larry's Auto Service, by TrueValue Hardware, by Armstrong, by Anderson Physical Therapy, by Titusville Dairy Products Company, by the Meadville Medical Center, Titusville Area Hospital, by Joe Taylor Ford, by the Barking Lot, by Community Connect Federal Credit Union, by the Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, by Homerwood, by Clifford's Carpets and Waterbeds, by Vanderhoff Heating and Air Conditioning, by Family Video, and by Corky's Pizza and Subs. Our wireless mic sponsors tonight include the Titusville Dairy Products Company and Boonies on Diamond Street. Stop in and get some great food at Boonies. For Jim and Steve Bodemer, Bill McCrillis, Adam Bodemer, our camera operator tonight, I'm Luke Rio. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been Titusville Rocket Football on Stream Television.